The NBA is looking to crown a new champion. The NHL gives another team the right to spend a year with Lord Stanley's Cup. Baseball is gaining momentum towards the playoffs. The NFL opens training camp to get ready for a new season. Yes, summertime is the best time of the year. Stay up to date with everything summertime has to offer on your summer home for sports. 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic, and always on at 1580thefanatic.com.
Mike, I understand you need the part.
Carly's Car Shop demands more engine fixing horsepower. They need to floor it to find their staff some backup.
We need to finish up that coupe today. It cannot be here for another 2 weeks.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You might not know it, but your small business IT systems can leave you and your customers vulnerable. At Affinity Technology, we provide peace of mind by ensuring your computer systems are working and are safe from hackers and outside threats. We solve technology problems for small business. No confusing tech talk or black box setups. If it plugs in, we work with it. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve with our affordable Open for Business advertising package. You'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com, click the link for the Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join. I got my education because of the Guard. I got to travel a little bit and experience a whole different culture. It helped me get my job, helped me pay for my house.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Live from the Harmon Solar Studios in Scottsdale.
This is KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240 U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down. Because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's Friday here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar with us. You remember Ralph? He hasn't been here since the Lakers got their asses kicked. He's been hiding out in some Laker cave in Montana. We'll get to that in a second. Phil is pushing the buttons there, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. Yes, broadcasting in the Harmon Solar Studio in Scottsdale, ladies and gentlemen. Feels good. Ralph, you and Phil wouldn't recognize this feeling. It's the feeling of winning.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Really?
Suns win, ladies and gentlemen. You already knew that.
How many rings do they have again?
Very happy to hear. Let's cut you in half and see how many rings you got. All right, that's what I'm saying. So you can't show up, spouting a bunch of hate on the Suns and love for the Lakers. It's time for the grown-ups to talk. So you guys are at the little kids table right now. So STFU, let's move on and talk about last night's game, man. So Ralph, being in Phoenix, I get it. You're a Lakers fan. Can you at least appreciate what is happening right now with the Phoenix Suns?
I can actually. I think it's really cool, and they're playing really well. It's fun to watch. Actually, last night's game was actually very fun to watch. And I always think to that sequence. I don't know if you guys remember that sequence last night where there was like 7-8 passes. And
10. It was 10.
That was amazing. Yeah. When a team is gelling the way they're gelling, I mean, there's no doubt what's going to happen, right? They're going to win the series. I'm really impressed. And I think it's a lot of fun for people. I see flags everywhere hanging from houses and cars.
Yeah.
It's a cool
Like
thing.
the old days.
Yeah, it's a really cool thing.
All right, so I'm going to ask you the question. I don't want to belabor this point, but I do want to ask you, Mr.
Okay.
Laker fan, Mr. wearing a Dodgers hat in a Diamondback studio. I'll just poke you in the eye. You know what? Next Friday, I think I'm going to be in studio. That's all. I'm just going to be there.
I want that.
You better not show up wearing that stuff. Anyway,
Bring it.
no, I'll treat you like the vegetarians treat the ladies wearing mink. You be ready to get that stained with something.
Wow.
Okay, what was I going to say? Oh, right. So Phil has been spouting the asterisk nonsense for weeks. Now, do you subscribe to the asterisk nonsense that, oh, it's not legitimate? The Suns would have never gotten this far if there hadn't been so many injuries and oh my God. Or is this just, the way things go and it's a proper championship about to be won?
No, I think it's the way things go. I mean, it's a long NBA season. People get hurt. That's part of it. And to be a champion, you need a little luck. And part of that luck is other teams having their guys injured. And that's just the way it is. You don't put an asterisk by it. I mean, they're going to deservingly win it, and that's how it goes. I'm
so
fine
Ralph
with it.
is a smart Lakers fan because he knows the minute he illegitimizes this year's championship,
That's
I'm
right.
going to put an asterisk on the damn bubble.
Absolutely.
So we shake hands with this and say fair is fair.
Yep.
You can take a lesson, Phil. That's all I'm going to say. 888-368-1580. It was just me and Phil yesterday.
Yeah, I
So
heard.
glad to have you back, Randy. Glad to
Yeah.
have you here, Ralph.
Good
It's
to
all-
be back. Good to be back.
yeah, you guys need to protect me from him.
Yeah. From who?
We had a
Phil?
few intimate moments.
Well,
This is true.
There's
Excuse me.
no intimate
Did you have
moments. I don't
in-
know. What
in-
the
in-
hell
We had a
you're
real,
talking about.
we had a real
Can we
heart to
have-
heart,
Have a report on the
cheek to
Thursday.
cheek.
There's a mess
what?
over here.
Yes,
I
yes.
stayed home just so I wouldn't have to be in the same place.
I know. You
Yeah.
circled the house 3 times before you would come out.
I would never come out.
no.
I
No,
mean,
I don't
clearly
think
you
so.
have, but
Yeah.
let's get to the text line. Screaming Eagle says, happy Friday, everyone. He says, been a busy week. This morning, I learned something. Found out that Dale has a birthday this weekend. Happy birthday to Big Dale Hellestray. Michael Irvin came on the show, had nice words to say about the Suns. And which show was he talking about?
I don't know. But he's talking about Dale Hellestray. Screaming Eagle, thank you for
that's
listening.
right. Yeah.
Dale Hellestray is on the morning show.
Yeah.
We're the afternoon show. He's not here today. He's not here this afternoon.
I took a vacation. Screaming Eagle says, I hope for a sweep, but I'm okay if there's a game 5. Truly hope this is the beginning of many more championships to
Yeah.
come. Now, I, again, at threat of violence from my wife, have not been allowed to say what I really think, but I have been broom shopping. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Wow.
Now, as much
Ralph,
as
you're
I've been
disagreeing with
No
that.
way that's
well,
going to happen.
well,
That's
well, hold
ridiculous.
on. After last night, though,
No.
I'll be very surprised if I get to enjoy the broom. Now, and you're going to say, well, wait a second. They still won by 10 points. You can see enough where a couple things go a different direction, and it would have been a much closer or different game altogether. Now, it certainly wasn't Giannis's free throws that killed the Bucks. Now, it didn't
Mhm.
help. But even if he'd made every single one of those without everybody in the stands going 1, 2, 3, that had to be exhausting. By the way, they were playing. It's not hack-a-Shaq because they weren't being as rough with Giannis as people would have been with Shaq. But it was
No.
what do you say? What kind of a nickname can we give that? Because they were just fouling him outright on purpose, knowing that there was a good chance he's going to miss one of those 2 shots. So what would you call it? Because
Wow.
Antetokounmpo, nothing rhymes with
Nothing.
Antetokounmpo.
Yeah, nothing rhymes with Giannis either.
Yeah,
Yeah, Giannis, you're
That's
at a double
frustrating.
entendre there. There's no way nothing's going to work.
Giannis in the there's nothing.
Yeah,
I
Giannis.
named my children the names I gave them on purpose because they don't rhyme with anything, so they wouldn't
Ah.
get teased in school.
I
And I
see.
think that must be what happened with Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Because
To be honest, hack Giannis.
yeah, not working.
Yeah,
not
no,
working.
It doesn't work. Yeah, there's no
But-
zing to it.
Yeah, back to my point though. Even if he had made every single shot, let's say the crowd wasn't the factor, they still wouldn't have won the game. So,
Well, I mean-
Large Marge says, "Hack a freak." It's all right. That's better than what we've come up with so far. But still, I don't know. If anybody comes up with something good, let us know.
Well, as I look at the breakdown here, I was unaware that in the second period alone, the Bucks only scored 16 points. The
Right.
Suns had 30
how many shots
points.
on goal were there, Randy?
Oh my gosh!
in that period.
I don't know what the breakdown is per period, but yeah, shots.
Well,
on-
he said
he's making fun
period.
because I said period instead of quarter. I do apologize for you newbies out there who don't remember when the NBA had periods instead of quarters.
I feel like you're having a period right now. You got all upset at me for
I
that.
got a period for you, pal.
So, yeah, last night was textbook Suns. Some really great ball movement, and we always appreciate when people are able to move their balls very nicely.
Mhm.
And get the hack a Greek. Large Marge is not giving up. Hack a Greek. Yeah, it doesn't rhyme. Doesn't rhyme. It's not bad. But it's not working. How about Freak a Geek? No, that sounds like something. No, that's like nightclub activity. We'll get back to you.
Ooh.
So, it's still though. Even with that, I feel like there hasn't been as much. The first game, they were up by 20. Second game, they ended the game up by almost 10. So what? What was the score again? What was the score?
118,
118.
Yeah, 108.
Yeah,
What?
118, 108. And it kept going back and forth between in the fourth quarter. Sorry, I almost said period again, Jeffrey, just for you. Fourth quarter, it kept going. It seemed like every time that Milwaukee would make a run and try to get back in this thing, the Suns would just break their heart by knocking down a clutch three, getting a rebound, a defensive rebound, take it down the court, and just keep stepping on the gas. It's like, what does Milwaukee have to do here to win a game? I mean, that's the way I felt towards the end of the game.
Yeah, they need somebody to step up, or they need to go find another player because they're missing one more good guy. And it's not been anybody they have unless Drew shows up, or unless Middleton starts to play better, unless this guy starts to do this or this guy starts to do that. And I don't think they've got that. I mean, if they win a game, they will win a game.
Wasn't that the reason they brought in Drew Holiday? It wasn't he supposed to be that second to Giannis's one? Wasn't he supposed to be the guy? If they start doubling on Giannis, you kick it out to Drew Holiday, and he'll kill you with those daggers. So, but it's not happening here. I
tell you why?
I can't figure out what's going on.
Let me tell you why. Budenholzen's
Budenholzer,
right? Pantyhose. Coach Pantyhose is a bad coach.
I would have gone with
Simple as that.
but
Pantyhose is a bad coach. Let me tell you why he's a bad coach. When Giannis was out, the Bucks, all those players you always go, "Ooh, I hope they step up." They did when Giannis was out. When I'm not talking out of the game briefly, I'm talking about in past games, Giannis being out. Those players, okay, fair enough, but at least they stepped up, and they're not playing like that. So whatever Budenholzen's strategy is, it's all Giannis all the time, and these other guys aren't getting a chance to kind of get into a rhythm or try to actually get some production. And when everybody's focused on Giannis, you got these other guys over here. You saw the Suns, as Ralph brought up, pass it 10 times in one play and find the right guy with the right shot, which at the end happened to be old DeAndre Ayton right under the basket. Cool. You keep trying till you find the look that's right. And they did that. Nobody got selfish. Everybody played smart. And you don't see that in the Bucks. So Budenholzer needs to get the other guys okay, we got to get you more looks. We got to get you more chances. Or, great. Giannis had 40 plus and a loss. So what does that help?
Well,
you got to get smarter with your coaching.
But Jeffrey, Middleton and Drew Holiday, they both played nearly 40 minutes. I mean, Chris Middleton had 41 minutes in the game.
There's a lot of
Drew
people who
Holiday
are
had
on the
39.
court. Lots of people who are on the court with Giannis, but Giannis did all the work. And I don't even think they were thinking about giving it to anybody else. They needed to get that ball moved around to other Bucks players because you can't win this way. And I'm not looking to give them advice. I want them to suck, but
Phoenix
got to do something.
Phoenix, it reminds me of being a Laker fan and seeing so many championships. I can go through all of them, but what you typically would see during those things is there'd be one quarter every game. And it was usually the third quarter, sometimes the second quarter, where the Lakers would just go off and they would take that commanding lead in that quarter. And then it would hold the rest of the game. And you're seeing that with the Suns. You saw it last night in the second quarter. You've seen it in the third, but you saw it in the second last night, and then they'd be able to maintain on that lead. And that's exactly what the Lakers have done when they did all their runs. It's the same exact recipe. if Phoenix keeps doing it, they're going to win. I mean, that's the
Well,
bottom line.
The Phoenix Suns are like the Terminator, it just keep coming and coming, and they're consistent.
Yep.
And where you mess up, that is where they capitalize and make you pay. So last night, you're right, second quarter. Usually it's about the third quarter when they've worn people down and they've sort of chipped away at their confidence and they've chipped away at really their will to live.
Yep.
And so that happened early in the game, but I saw enough from these Bucks to be a little worried about my broom thoughts, if you will. It does. I would be surprised if they don't get at least one in Milwaukee.
Well,
I'd be surprised.
For me, and I don't know what you guys think, but for me, if the Suns win Sunday night in Milwaukee, this series is over. It's over. Because that means that the Milwaukee has exhausted every possible option. They've even gone to their own home court. They've slept in their own beds. They've restructured. They've made adjustments. That means if the Suns win and they win by 10 or more on Sunday night, this series is over.
So for me, last night's game was an indication of whether or not this would be a series, because any team that's gone up 2-0 in the NBA Finals, I believe, is like 34-11. It's astronomically in favor of the team that's leading 2-0. What's the next game will be, the story of that, what that will indicate is whether or not it's a 4-game sweep. That's all that it is going to be. Because if these Suns led by CP3 and finally smell blood and are wading in the water, so to speak, and they're up 3-0, they're closing it out in 4. But but that's going to be their one game to win if they're the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think the Suns already are smelling blood. They're circling, man. They're ready to end this thing. I have a feeling.
Well, we know they don't care whether they win on the road or if they win at home. The Tampa Bay Lightning. Remember that mayor there in Tampa Bay was saying stupid crap like, just go ahead and lose one there and then come on back here and have the championship here.
Yeah.
Suns don't care about that. They could have done that many times, and they've never done that. Not with the Clippers, and they're not going to do that with this. So they could very well wrap this up next Tuesday. But like I said, I got a broom. That's my thought. I'm really thinking broom. But I'm not 100% as confident in that as I was before, but that's what I'm rooting for. That's what I want. I'm past caring. We talked about this yesterday. Wouldn't it have been nice if this had been competitive? Wouldn't it have been nice if this had been a little more of a series? I just don't see it happening. Am I delusional, Ralph, or do you seeing the same thing?
You're getting ahead of yourselves, guys. I mean, I've seen this before where a team goes up 2-0. Next thing you know, it's a series. Giannis is a great player. He's really impressed me with how he's playing, considering he is hurt. There's no doubt he's not 100%. He still dropped 42 last night. That's impressive. If somebody else is going to eventually start hitting shots on that team and they're going to win because of that, I think he'll stay pretty solid and somebody else will step up. If multiple guys step up, this will be a series. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. 2-0 is awesome. I think they're going to lose Sunday. I think the Bucks win Sunday, and then we'll see what happens from there.
Not that anybody particularly cares, but I do think the narrative for the Bucks team that will be swept, that will be out in 5 games at most, I think is going to revolve around the fact that it's Giannis who's the problem. Much like Russell Westbrook.
What in the hell are you talking about?
Thank you. Giannis, I think, as great as he is in the regular season, because of that raw physicality that he presents, and nobody wanting to play defense in the regular season. If you take a look at his second banana, so to speak, throughout this entire run, whether or
I'm
not
not
it's
looking at anybody's banana.
no, it's their second banana. It's the one that you'd like to
live near a power plant.
Absolutely. Drew Holiday or Eric Bledsoe. If you look at their playoff stats, and both players have been pretty far with that team, with the Milwaukee team, so it's a fair sample size. If you look at their stats, whether it be shooting percentage, whether it be made field goals, whether it be 3-point percentage, they're pretty even. And that's not the case whenever you take Giannis out of these playoff games. Their stats, both whenever you're looking at Brook Lopez, Drew Holiday, whenever you're looking at PJ Tucker, the rest of the team, their percentages go up. I don't know what to necessarily make of that, whether or not that's specifically on how Budenholzer, because I'm not his biggest fan, that may have more to do with Budenholzer or Giannis, but one of the two is the problem. And
so Phil, are you saying that Budenholzer should keep the Greek Freak out of the game and let this team kind of meld together and try to perform without him on the floor more?
No, I think you got to ride the hot ticket that's gotten you all the way this far, but it's still, I think, will be fundamental in Giannis's evolution to realize, hey, the onus is going to have to be on me, because eventually, if you're walking into each and every room and the chair stinks, it's you.
Excuse me?
I can't agree with you that, but here's the thing. If Giannis is in the game, they're +4. If he's out of the game, they're -13. And that was if they had like Suns had a 5-0 run in the course of about 50 seconds when he went to tie his damn shoe. There is no way you can say that Giannis is any part of the problem. Anytime he was off the court, it was bad. So this team has to step up and do better. And if they're going to start to try to expect more from the players, he's going to have to work these guys in and out. It's got to be the game plan. It's not the minutes played. It's the game plan. They got to get a game plan. They got to practice it out, and they got to decide it's not always going to be Giannis, or this is not going to work.
I just think that Giannis is holding the ball. Whenever you see him, and from a Suns perspective, the one thing that you're looking at up and down this lineup for the Bucks is that there's a lot of defensive presence here, whether it be a former defensive player of the year or a defensive player of the year at Drew Holiday, or even Giannis, of course. Brooke Lopez offers you great defensive options. PJ Tucker, for his size, will give you a healthy dose of defensive ability. They're playing under their skis for this game. And the one impressive thing about that pass is the reason why those 10 passes occurred. The defense was right there on each and every one of those passes. So you got to give kudos to both teams for finally just at the last second letting up one little defensive alley-oop to Ayton. It was impressive for both sides, but the reason why is because the defense was so stifling on all the former 9 passes that were attempted there.
But are you making the Kobe argument that he holds onto the ball too much and doesn't get people involved? Because that was the argument with Kobe for years. Is that it was all about him, and he never got anyone involved until he finally started to do that, and that's when they started winning.
No, this is just more of an indication. If you see Giannis dribble the ball more than 3 times, you know that he's not letting it go. But if he just palms it, sees that the defense is going to him, he'll pass it. Kobe wouldn't care, whatever. 3 passes, 4 passes, you get it to him or Allen Iverson. The ball's staying in there, and then it's going into the basket.
So 2 words, bad coaching. That's all we needed, Phil. Phil just talked through all the time I would have used to read some text. So we have a lot of texts on the text line, and we'll get you guys when we come back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Mike, I understand you need the parts.
Carly's Car Shop demands more engine-fixing horsepower. They need to floor it to find their staff some backup.
We need to finish up that coupe today. It cannot be here for another 2 weeks.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Everybody, Mark Asher, about to tell you about my friends at Valley Medical Weight Loss. I love this company. I've used them. I have friends that have used them. A ton of weight has been lost in a quick amount of time, and the right way. That's the important part. Look, they have 3 Valley locations, Tempe, Glendale, and Phoenix. So one is close to you, and they've been doing this for well over a decade. And right now you can get your first week, $31.95, absolutely free. Just mention Money Radio or mention The Fanatic, and it is on them. 602-441-3305 or valleymedicalweightloss.com.
We're on a mission to connect every Arizona service member, veteran, and their families to the support and resources they deserve. If you or someone you know needs assistance with benefits, health care and wellness, employment, or housing, visit connectveterans.org or call 866-4AZ-VETS right now to learn more. This message is brought to you by the Arizona Coalition for Military Families, the Arizona Department of Veterans Services, and Arizona's Be Connected partners.
This is Aaron Warby, owner of Online Trading Academy here in Arizona. Right now, we're seeing stock market highs in the face of economic lows. Election cycles are notorious for causing instability in the stock market. That's why we just finished developing our newest complimentary workshop, Protection from the Election. This 3-hour class will explore the strategies professional traders use to protect themselves against market downturns while allowing them to also profit from surging markets. Take control of your portfolio in these uncertain times. Register for this powerful workshop offered in Scottsdale, Chandler, and Peoria by calling 844-877-2337 or by texting the letters OTA to 31996. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Again, that is 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
You just said it yourself. You look at the tiles and stuff and what's showing up.
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Yeah, is that a coincidence? When was the last time tiles showed up on your social media?
Right. And I wasn't even the one there. You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Well, you know it's dumb. You can Google naked girls. Naked girls will show up on your social media.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports. 1580 and 99.3. The Fanatic.
Today's Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Guess what, kids? I got Rattler tickets to give away. I got a couple of pair. We'll do that throughout the show. They got a game on Saturday night, I believe at 6 p.m. Yes, it's 6 p.m. I'm about to tell you exactly who they're playing. If my computer would just speed up here. They are playing the Northern Arizona Wranglers. So it's Arizona on Arizona crime, and it's happening at the Phoenix Suns Arena. And yeah, it's always a whole lot of fun going to a Rattlers game. So be listening for your cue to call in and win. I don't know what that is, but you'll know it when it happens. And yes, that's right, Phil. Phil's like, oh, I got to do work. That's right. You're going to have to actually answer a phone when I tell them to. Yay. 888-368-1580. Let's get to the text line. A shload of text to catch up on. Fish Tank says, all right, Phildo Baggins, how are you going to crap on the Suns today? Well, he's already kind of done that. Navy Brad says, happy Friday, guys. Welcome back, Randy, from your whiskey run. If there needs to be an asterisk for this season, place one next to the Lakers with a player flopping for their asterisk.
I'm sorry. Chris Paul says, hold my beer.
Yeah, Chris Paul looked at LeBron and says, I learned it from watching you, Dad. Let's see. Navy Brad, thank you for that. Bala51 says, I had great seats for last night's victory. Then he sends a photo, and he ain't lying. That was a damn good seats.
It ain't
right
close
there.
unless you can feel the sweat from the players on the court.
I'd rather not feel the sweat, to be honest. I'd rather be a few more rows back. Let's see. Bruno Baller says, a well-rested Randy White coming off the Phoenix Suns victory. Should be a great shower. Happy Friday, everyone. Cheers. What is he talking about? Shower.
Are we all getting in Randy's shower?
Nobody's getting Randy's shower. Not even Randy. I don't know what he's talking about. Dumbo and Gumbo rhyme with Entitacumbo. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a Dumbo and Gumbo Entitacumbo. And then it takes you like 3 minutes to, it's like a Phil answer to a simple question. It just takes too long. Berg says, go Suns. Wally the Bear says, how about Big Miss Giannis? Rolled Tide Kara says, I see a fourth person. Who's that person on the YouTube screen there? Can't spring new people on me like this. Who is this new hello, new person? Let's Ralph from Harmon Solar. He's hanging out with us in person now. Ukla the Mock says, hey, who's a Lakers suck up? He can shut up too. And shut up, Phil. He says, happy Friday, boys, even if there is no football.
Well, there's Rattlers football.
Yeah, damn right. Kyle G says, Jay Crowder made a shot last night, and I almost fell out of my chair. I think he wasn't he 4 for 8 on the 3-pointers? Which means he was disappointing half the time at least. I wish he wouldn't shoot those.
No, he was 3 for 5 from the 3-point land. He was 4 of 8 for the field goal.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. All right. Well, see, I wish I didn't know that because now I'm back to not liking Crowder shooting threes. Large Marge says, okay, let's call it clobber the big guy who can't shoot free throws. Now, I don't think we're going to get a hack a shack for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Oh, you just wait. If they have a lead, if they have a close lead, the Phoenix Suns will unabashedly just start
making horrible sound effects that don't make any sense.
Yes, they will do that.
Yeah, Bob Swirsky says, hey, good Friday, gentlemen. I prefer that we refer to the international fouling of Giannis Antetokounmpo as keeping Giannis honest.
See, I told
keeping
you.
Giannis honest.
It's close, but it's not quite there. No.
Now, Bears. Heelbin Mike says, one thing both teams have in common, both are glad to be rid of Eric Bledsoe.
Yes.
The game resembled an almost comedic horror show. The teen hero, the Suns, every time the dumb monster, the Bucks, stuck their hand in the door, the teen hero would slam it on their fingers repeatedly until it finally tries to charge in and get the heavy door slammed in its face and then gets knocked out. I'll take a sweep. But how would it be, though, to close out in 5. So the Godfather, Jerry Colangelo, can be there and participate in the trophy ceremony. I do
don't
believe
think-
Sarver would allow this.
I don't know that he will,
No,
to
I
be
don't think
honest
he would.
with you.
That's- no.
Yeah. I don't think Mr. Colangelo wants to be there. He's very busy with the U.S. Olympics.
Yeah. And keep in mind, Jerry Colangelo has more money than God. He could be wherever he
Yeah.
wanted to be at any
That's
moment.
true.
I'm sure he's rich enough where he has a teleportation device. He can just boom right there. He's there. So
he just
Yeah,
thinks that he
just
has so
shows
much
up.
money. He just thinks it, and there he is.
Good Cat says Kareem Abdul-Jabbar said Bucks will take it in 6. I do not think that the Bucks are going to take 4 in a row.
Wow.
So, Chief Skull Burner says, why does Phil have the head of a normal man but the body size of a baby? And then he puts
What?
up a picture of a Phil-headed baby doll. I'm gonna have to
Ah.
send this one over to you guys.
Okay.
I don't know where you got that, but that is really disturbing. And let's see. Senior Wake and Bake says, go Suns. Sup, duo. Hey, Throbbing Pile. Guess who's a couple of wins away from a ring? Ooh, guess what? Not LeBron. Phil, you jackass. Giannis's new nickname is Spaghetti.
What about
Spaghetti leg?
So we're hoping to take away points from the Greek Freak because otherwise he would make every 2. But when he goes to the free throw line, so what if we said leak the Freak? Like leak him of the points. No, nobody's for that.
No. By the way, you guys, Giannis Antetokounmpo, I don't know. Nobody should be giving him any crap. He's playing hero ball, maybe too much hero ball, but he at least has this distinction that he now joins Michael Jordan, Isaiah Thomas, and Joe Dumars as the only players to score 20 points in a NBA Finals quarter. So, he's got that going for him. I mean, he's not going to get a ring, but he's got that going for him. Jagdog says, did Phil say you need to ride the hot banana?
No.
Sounds like he did.
I never said.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That would be a Philism. Yeah.
Rye Guy says, Phil, the expression is over their skis, not under their skis.
I prefer under the skis if you ask me.
Rusty Nut says, why are you talking, Phil? The Lakers are out of it. Shut up, Phil.
Thank you.
Straight Striper says, in Greek mythology, Adonis, a young man with rippling muscles, fine features, and overconfidence, was killed at a young age. Not a hack-a-shack, but Adonis Giannis. How's that? Huh? Yeah, it's a stretch. Yeah, it's not bad. That's
it's
it may
getting
not.
there.
Yeah, it may not be catchy, but at least it's esoterical. Thank you for
Yeah,
that. Bruno Baller says, sorry, I didn't mean shower. I meant it should be a good show.
Oh,
Okay,
good show.
thanks for the
All right.
clarification.
Well, thank you.
A large Marge says, hey, Fish Tank, isn't that Phildo douchebaggins? There were, I think that is
could
what we're
be.
supposed to call them now.
Yeah,
Oh, is that the case?
Yeah.
Fish Tank says, how about the anti-whammy? Antetokounmpo, anti-whammy.
Anti-whammy. No.
Oh, I like this. Fish Tank might have it. Get him to the Greek. Yeah, the charity stripe. I don't know. That was better in my head before I said it out loud. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Eelvin Mike says, heard an interview with JC yesterday. Jesus Christ. What channel were you watching? He said, yesterday, he said he's going to be there if there's a game 5. He still has a suite and marked parking spot at the arena.
Jerry Colangelo would be JC, I believe.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
that does make more sense.
More sense to Jesus,
Yeah, because I
Hey,
believe
hey. Jesus always makes sense.
Not in this show.
Have you met the guy who does my yard? 888-368-1580. Oh, jeez. So, some things from the broadcast last night, watching on the television there. Let me just show you this here. I'll put it up on the screen. What the bleep was that? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, that guy's valley is definitely rallied.
So the opioid crisis has hit a new fevered pitch with this guy. I just, it's embarrassing. First off, what's the first thing you see in any TV broadcast involving Phoenix?
Cactus.
A slide-in shot of cactus over some mountains, and they always do it so far out of town. Everybody's like, Does everybody there live in a trailer? It would look like we do.
Yeah.
And then you get this jackhole sitting there, tripping balls right there on national television for everybody to see.
Well, I mean, I noticed a lady in the background there in the orange hair and the orange tutu.
Yeah.
That didn't do us any service as well.
No. Now you're gonna think all our women look this way, which is probably good. They'll stay away and keep
Boy,
their
the
hands off
people
our
of
women.
Arizona are weirdos. Look how they dress.
So they kept going back to the same four guys that had these really cool white Suns jackets with the old logo on it. There was but they kept going back to the same guys over and over and over. Why can't we have? And by the way, why can't we have better celebrities than Guy Fieri? That's the only.
Well, Dwayne Wade was there last night. What do you want?
Yeah, I mean I'm talking about consistently going. Lakers
What's wrong
got
with Guy Fieri, man.
Lakers got Jack Nicholson. You got Billy Crystal at least for the Clippers, and we got Guy Fieri.
Can't compare LA. Come on.
Oh,
It's
sure
LA.
I can.
Well, I don't know, man. At least Milwaukee's got even Aaron Rodgers. Who does?
Who would get booed right now,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
no.
I feel like we should have better celebrities in our game.
Listen, I'll take Guy Fieri all day long. That guy does TV shows. He's a legend. I was just watching him before I came on the air here while I was getting a little bite to eat for lunch.
I told you,
Diners,
Jeffrey.
Drive-ins and dives. This guy is an icon.
I told you, Jeffrey. Guy Fieri is a man of the people, especially for Sun
Oh,
City
yeah.
and all that
Listen,
way.
I appreciate food porn and
He
everything.
drives
but
a convertible, restored '69 Camaro. This guy knows what's going on.
So that's how he got his tips fried, driving around Phoenix.
I see.
So I feel like, there's nothing against Guy Fieri because the dude just signed a ridiculously big contract. So he's got to be, he's got to be at least notable. But like, can we who else could be? I know the Gin Blossoms go to the games. They're like up in the bleeds. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, if I could listen, Dierks Bentley was there courtside. I know you don't like country music. Dierks Bentley is a huge country music star.
What about Alice Cooper?
Alice Cooper, I don't know. He's too
the
old.
day he
his bedtime
performed,
is
they
at
lost the
7
game.
p.m. Then you had Guy Fieri there, and then you had Dwayne Wade was there in Phoenix. Dwayne Wade, courtside.
He's
Dwayne
just plugging
Wade
that
was there.
stupid TV show he does
I
with
don't
the,
care what he
the
was
game
doing. He
show.
had glasses
get the
on.
ball in
He
the
looked
cup.
all cool. Come on.
Where's Larry?
And he's
Larry's
not.
been there.
Has he?
Dwayne Wade is not a Suns fan. I'm talking about people who are fans and go to the damn games. Howie Long lives in town. He lives in Scottsdale. Why don't we get him out of the game? That'd feel at least somewhat better. I don't know. Listen, I guess maybe I shouldn't complain about the Guy Fieri on my dish when some have none. Thinking about you, Portland Trailblazers. 888-368-1580. Bala 51 says, I like the Creek Sweet. That's a good name for the series. But Bob Shruski says, hey, how about Mistreat the Greek? Mistreat the Greek. Now we're getting closer.
That's getting there.
We're getting closer. Bob
That was
Shruski.
closer. That was an inch.
Jagdog says Colangelo was on the radio the other day and he said he'd be in attendance game 5 if they don't sweep. Okay, good. He could be at 4. He has so much money he can go back in time and watch 1 again.
Yeah.
Chief Skulls Burner says, I saw that guy at the Suns game on TV. He reminded me of a blonde-haired version of Phil and how he would act at a Suns game. That is absolutely a Phil move, if ever I've seen one.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd be free falling right there in front of him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing. Mr. Pink Eye says Randy White is a celebrity. He's a famous cowboy. He should sit courtside.
I'm actually not that Randy White, but thank you very much. And I should sit courtside. You're damn right. I should.
This entire show should sit courtside except for Phil.
Thank
Good
you.
Cat says Kyler Murray was in attendance last night, but the camera couldn't see him over some 7-year-old standing in front of him.
Yeah.
That's funny.
No, that's not even right. That kid was sitting in front of him.
That's one for you.
Sheriff Tom says you can get Guy's recipe takeouts at Buca de Beppo.
Yeah, you sure can.
Sheriff Tom likes him some Guy Fieri.
Yeah, I bet he does. All the wise people do.
T-Bone says Guy Fieri is overrated. Alice Cooper past his prime. We need better celebrities.
That's true. Well, we can't. Glenn Campbell died. He was here.
I rode a elevator at a Suns game with Glenn Campbell, and he
I
was
bet.
so drunk.
I bet he was.
could barely
Yeah.
stand. He was like sitting there grinning at me, and I was like, "Is this dude gonna make a pass at me?" That's the kind of drunk grin he had. Like he's probably laying his head, like he's a good-looking woman. Down,
Wow.
down. And I was just kind of like, "Okay, Glenn, gotta go now. Bye, bye." And I think he just kept riding the elevator. He was so drunk after I
Could
got
be.
off.
I've had a few weeks like that one night.
Yeah. Jimmy Eat World was there. Again, the bleeds. Rye Guy says, "Oh, who doesn't love Buca de Beppo?" Oh, I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bring a wheelbarrow for all the food you're taking.
The only
home.
bad thing
food,
about
yeah.
Buca de Beppo is that you can't go alone. Speaking as the only single guy here on the station.
I'm
I
sorry,
assure you, Phil, you can. Sheriff Tom says, "Where's Danica Patrick these days?" I don't know. Yeah, she's just sort of off the grid now. She doesn't race. She ain't with old.
Well, she's got her
Aaron Rodgers?
What was that clothing line that she was making? Yeah, she wrote a book and she came up with a clothing line.
Crash and Burn. I don't know what it's called.
Oh.
Probably, I don't know. Yeah.
Into Speed says Larry. That's right, Larry Fitzgerald. He was probably the biggest celebrity there. Then Chief Skulls Burner says, "I say you just called the Greek freak Falloop Foul.
Doesn't.
He says,
work.
"Wait, that fits the baby James better."
It's not even fitting the current thing, man.
Falafel. Oh, he meant like falafel. Okay.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
Thunder
Oh,
Snow says, according to Hellestray, Michael Irvin will be attending Game 5 in Phoenix. All right,
How fun is that?
That's getting better, but still.
Not really.
Mr. Wilbur says, is Sheriff Tom related to Bad Grandpa? I sure miss Bad Grandpa.
I do
No.
too.
That, by the way, those are two totally different voices. Not related at all. Sheriff Tom is a badass. I'm not even doing him justice. Somebody though who knows him says I'm pretty close with his voice without ever having heard. Remember when Bob Schwersky came in the studio?
Yeah.
He sounded
Yep.
exactly like I thought he was going to sound.
Yep.
That was I was very proud of that.
Yeah.
Boomer Sooner says, "Good day, Blender. Earlier in the day, I heard an interview with Kurt Warner saying, when asked the question about Larry Fitzgerald retiring, says we haven't talked recently, but my guess would be if he hasn't announced it yet, he's probably going to play." That's Kurt Warner's best guest.
Yeah,
today.
well, before we went on the air, the CBS Sports came out and said still no word from Larry Fitzgerald's camp. Now, I
Stop
will
telling
say
me
this.
the's no word. We know there's no
Well,
word.
let me.
CBS.
I know we've got it. I know we're up against. I know we're up against it here, but I was listening to the morning show this morning with one Bruce Cooper, who has this information on Larry. You know, he knows Larry very well. And he says Larry has been in Minnesota at his house, and he has had his nutritionist and his what do you call it? Workout leader
Personal
there.
trainer.
Personal trainer. There you go. And he has been going through working out and getting back on the nutritional plan. So there's that. Just let's leave it there. Let it kind of percolate on top of the everything else out there.
Yeah, and don't get too excited though, because remember when Drew Brees did that video where he's cross training this big tire, flopping it down the driveway. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's training, he's coming back," and then him and his buddy were just laughing about it, going, "Watch, everybody's going to get excited." I quit.
Larry's not going to do that. He's not going to do that.
King Kitten says Danica Patrick works Saturday evenings. I bet she does. On CBS, covering Tony Stewart's dirt track racing series.
Oh boy.
There you go.
That's
All right,
a
we
real
got
move up, isn't it?
We got to take a break. When we come back, we'll be back. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Mike, I understand you need the parts.
Carly's Car Shop demands more engine fixing horsepower. They need to floor it to find their staff some backup.
We need to finish up that group today. It cannot be here for another 2 weeks.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
chances are the technology you work with every day is an afterthought.
Until it isn't working.
Technical problems can throw a wrench in your day, but computer security issues can expose you and your customers to serious risk. Affinity Technology builds custom IT solutions that help small businesses thrive. No system is too complicated.
If it plugs in, we work with it.
Affinity Technology runs Arizona businesses. Contact us today at atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com. Affinity Technology.
Did you know that Constructors Bonding has been Arizona's leader in surety management for over 40 years? Hi, this is Dave McKee, president of Constructors Bonding, inviting you to learn how our team can deliver better bonding than anyone, anywhere. Contractors, developers, attorneys, car dealers, and hundreds of other industries turn to Constructors Bonding for their bond solutions. Call me personally at 602-432-5929 to learn how Constructors Bonding is your solution for better bonding.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance or purchase a home and take advantage of the low-rate environment. District Lending can help. We are a local mortgage broker that's been helping Arizona homeowners for years. We have rates into the low twos on certain products, and we never charge any lender fees. Call or text 480-694-7890, or you can check out our rates at districtlending.com/rates. NMLS ID 1835285, equal housing lender.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hey guys, it's Stephen McCollum from the main event here on 1580 The Fanatic. Coming up on Monday at 1 p.m., I'm back in studio and we'll get caught up on everything that happened in the last week. Suns NBA final updates and thoughts. Major League Baseball trade deadline is approaching. Let's get caught up on all the rumors and trades that have already happened. NFL news, NHL Stanley Cup thoughts, and more. So join me, Stephen McCollum, on the main event, Monday, 1 p.m. on 1580, 99.3 FM, The Fanatic.
The Fanatic.
Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. We are very excited at 1580 The Fanatic, not just because Ralph is there. We'd be more excited if he wasn't wearing all that Dodgers garbage. Yeah, we're very excited that Randy's back, and it's a pretty cool hat you got on there, Randy. Why don't you give us a nice close-up of your hat there?
This whole thing?
Yeah,
Sure, hang on.
Let's bring it in there. Bring it in here. Now, there you go. We'll bring it down a little bit. Oh, look at that. Diamondbacks champions World Series. There you go. Nicely done.
Yeah,
and then I got mine.
Yeah.
Fanatic thing. And then, well, there's just Phil's face. 888-368-1580.
It's real.
But one of the things we're excited about is the fact that in just about a week, all the work should be done on 1580 AM. Now, I've told you guys, you got to go get the app. Now, we're working some construction stuff. We're moving our tower site to a much better place. Much better for getting a clear signal, for getting a stronger signal, and for having better night signal on 1580 AM. So there's going to be some outages. We're going to have to turn things off because, when you play with things that are 50,000 watts, I mean, to be just between all of us, that damn thing's almost set the damn building on fire a couple times. That's how much electricity goes through it. So you got to turn things off. And things will go on, they'll go off, and then it'll be quiet for a little bit. Then it'll come back on, it'll go off. So it's going to be hit and miss over the next week. But when it's done, clearer signal in the day, better signal at night, and it just makes getting your favorite shows that much easier. So until then, make sure you have, in case of emergency, break glass, the Fanatic app. It has been updated. It's a fine working app. Go to 1580thefanatic.com and get that up there. Some people will watch the YouTube live, and that's great. Some people will watch on the Twitter or the Facebook. Some people go to 1580 Fanatic and they'll stream live. Some people use Alexa. Some people use Google Voice. However it is you do it, make sure you have your backup ready for the times when 1580 isn't on. So I know a lot of people listen to 99.3 FM. A lot of people listen to 95.9 FM. So, but I know we have a selection of people who are loyal and love the sound of an AM radio at 1580 AM. So you have been warned. Now
Jeffrey,
I'm out of breath.
Jeffrey, if all you got to do is turn it on, I volunteer as tribute to go turn that puppy on. Hello there, radio tower.
Randy,
What?
if you're hitting
Let's
the button
make
for that
straight
music,
fire.
Phil, you're not allowed to hit the button for that music anymore. Who's hitting that music?
My goodness. Have you ever
I
had
don't
Buca de
know.
Beppo?
It just
Yeah, you
started
are not
happening
allowed.
and-
Phil, you're banned from firing off music
Wow.
unless Randy's
Nope.
computer dies.
Chicken
Yeah.
parmesan.
Nothing you've said has mattered for like the last 3 minutes.
Can I show you my eggplant
Oh,
parmesan?
Excuse me? No.
It's fried.
Somebody's getting fired. I know that much. 888-368-1580. LL Cool Beans, I can explain, and you're the only one that's going to ask me that. How is that? I'm just going to say this. Location, less interference. But I'm not going to get into that right here and right now. This isn't the radio info board, LL Cool Beans. Heavy Metal Maniac says, why in the world is Guy Fieri allowed to take shots on the basketball court after the game? I hate that frosted hair freak. But go
Oh.
Phoenix Suns.
Jeez. Wow.
I don't know why you hate the guy, but yeah, I saw a video of him. Brick. He could not hit a basket. That is, I believe it's his son, swishes a three and just, get in the car, Dad. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. T-Bone says Larry Fitzgerald has to win the NBA championship before he says anything about football.
Mm,
He is part owner. I do believe he gets a ring, right?
yeah, I would assume he would. He's one
I
of
mean,
the ownership group.
He's in the minority.
It just doesn't make
ownership, but
sense.
He does. You would imagine he gets a ring.
I get it if you're the majority owner, you're the one who's making decisions, the buck stops on you. But if you're Larry Fitzgerald and you own
he's got skin in the game, man.
no, I get it. He has skin in the game, but honestly, what does he have? He probably has 3% of the team, maybe
More
4
percent than we have, and
No.
that percent of $1 billion
Yeah.
or $2 billion team is probably worth quite a bit of damn money. He gets a ring, man.
I'm sure. Well, yes, his reward is the money. His reward isn't a championship ring
Just
from
give
the
you
Sun.
some perspective. In our situation, if this show wins an award, you don't even get to touch it. But on a bigger scale, Ralph gets to take it home for the weekend. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's how that works. Let's see.
Oh,
Mr.
bad.
Wilbur says, I can see
Where do you
Larry
live, Ralph?
now. He says, Larry with the championship NBA ring, a Cardinals jersey on. Larry, please come back. That would be amazing. Now, I ain't saying it's going to happen. Don't sit here and look at me like I'm, trying to start some hay because I'm a Colts fan. Don't give a damn about the Cardinals. But would that not be something if the Suns win this championship and then the Cardinals win the Super Bowl?
That'd be a freaking miracle.
2 championships in a row.
Yeah.
Not going to talk about the Diamondbacks and the Coyotes right now. But if those two, here's the thing, because it's not completely impossible that the Cardinals could do that. I mean, not likely, but it's not impossible. They do have, some good pieces. It could happen. If it does happen, though, I'm going to say, like Phil, well, if all those other players hadn't gotten injured in the NFL,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's an asterisk season for sure.
NFL is completely different.
Thundar Santa Barbarian says, Ralph, that's a very fine hat you're wearing today.
Thank you.
And,
the only hat.
I'm not going to read any more of his text because I refuse to say those words.
Yep.
Thunder Snow says, I heard Danica Patrick works day shift at Christie's Cabaret.
Oh, I gotta go.
Not sure why, but okay.
Mr. Pink Eye says, how do we enter to win Game 5 floor seat tickets? Can I just tell you something, Mr. Pink Eye? It is not out of the realm of possibility. We have been in the midst of forging a relationship with the Phoenix Suns. We're pals with those guys over there. And you think that we're going to actually give those tickets away if we get them? It'd be like, I'm off tonight. We'll see you guys tomorrow. If we got those, I'm not giving you those tickets, Mr. Pink Eye. I'm taking those tickets.
Are you kidding me? If we got 2 courtside tickets, it'd be Randy and Jeffrey in a seat, and they'd each share one of my cheeks.
No,
We'd all be
your ass
stuffed
would be
there
in
on courtside.
Wandering around up front, begging scalpers for help.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that. Wow.
I would take the sponsor personally.
I think we're going to have to get rid of Phil by the time next season starts.
Wow.
Don't annoy anybody. Even the thought of that is enough for me to call HR.
They're like two fluffy pillows, Jeffrey.
Baby Got Dax says,
Ooh.
hi, happy Friday, everyone. We're only 51 days away from the 2021 fantasy football draft weekend. Since most of my drafts tend to fall in the last weekend in August, can't wait. Our draft will either be that weekend or the following weekend right before the season starts. Always like to wait until the very last moment, to do those things. But the sales goons are working on how and where and what. So we will let you know hopefully sooner than later. Chief Skulls Burner says, can you turn things off starting Monday between 7 and 10 a.m.? We don't get to choose. It might even be just on our shift. Who knows? Actually, if they plan for it, I'm okay with that. Big Steve from the main event says, hey, app worked good in Montana. Wow. They have internet up there? Well, good to know. Who goes to Montana on purpose? Straight Striper says, send the hate messages my way, but why is everyone concerned if Larry's coming back? Last season stats are 54 receptions, 1 touchdown, 409 yards. Is
Not
he
his
needed
fault.
for leadership because his salary doesn't meet his production? No, he was totally capable last year of doing better. It's just Kyler Murray never found him. It's not like he wasn't open. I saw him open many times. I think my wife will confirm. I was like, Larry's right there. Oh, because Kyler can't see him. Never mind. And don't even blow the whistle on me because it's a damn true statement.
I just did. Ha ha ha.
Why?
You don't know it to be true.
No. Why is it that Larry was?
I will
open
debate
so
you on
damn
this
much?
to the death.
Okay.
I will debate this to you.
There's no debate.
to
I'm
the
asking
death.
you the question. You go ahead and
Uh-huh.
answer.
Yeah.
Why was Larry open so damn much and never got the ball?
No, he wasn't part of the game plan, obviously. And if
So
I'm Larry
the game plan
Fitzgerald,
is we're not going to throw to somebody open. Oh, great game plan there.
Well, I mean, look at who's the head coach of this team.
So
I rest my case.
Hey, we'd like to make an introduction here. Kingsbury, Budenholzen, Kingsbury. You guys have a lot to talk about because you're both bad at your damn jobs and you're both you're killing people's careers.
I
Then
rest my case. That's all I have to say.
Kyler Murray, Giannis. You guys have a lot to talk about. You have coaches who are bleeping up your career. Nice to meet you. I get what you're saying, Straight Striper, but I got to say it's not Larry's fault. And even with that, 409 yards. I mean, 1,000-yard season is a really good thing, and 409 is nothing to sneeze at. So he was there when he was needed. Kyle G says, I don't know what to call this hacking of Giannis Antetokounmpo, but when the Greek freak goes to the line, he becomes the weak Greek. You are absolutely right. That's not bad,
It's not
but
bad.
can't really use it.
What about the meek freak? Meek, because he's all
He's
meek and
not
mild.
meek. Oh, he's not meek. Again, it's not hack a shack. I can't do nothing with that. LL Cool Beans wants to know, how optimistic are you still regarding the Suns in 4? I'm gonna die on that hill. I'll die on that
Hey,
hill right
Jeffrey,
now.
the odds now they've gone down, but they're still pretty good. I think it's plus 350. If you want to call the Suns and 4 still.
I really love to see that happen. And but I tell you, my confidence has been waning, but I'm gonna stick with it. Gonna die on that hill. Boomer Sooner says, Randy, can I get a cold brew, please? A Molson. There you go. And a little Boomer Sooner, please.
Boom sooner, boom sooner, boom sooner.
Boomer Sooner. Boomer Sooner goes on to say, Jeffrey, Montana is absolutely gorgeous. That's where DeChambeau and company played the foursome on Tuesday. Stunning. And I also like
it is beautiful country up there.
They
Yeah,
have no
beautiful.
speed limit in a lot of places up there, right?
Well, it's because they have no law enforcement up there.
I wouldn't mind just driving through
when you're
there.
traveling around on the highways there. Yeah, for some stretches, there's nobody around for miles and miles.
It's like America's version of the
The Great West, yes,
Of like Kansas or something.
Audubon. Sorry, man.
Listen, if I had the money, and I would move up there in a heartbeat. The only problem is I'd have to keep a home somewhere else because the winters there, it's absolutely crazy how
Okay.
much snow they get.
Let me give you some tips if you ever do this. I don't want you to leave. Stay here, by God. Stay here. But if you go, you're going to need the following: flannel.
Yeah.
No, that's pretty much it. You're good.
Yeah.
Well, also you need to know the lingo because here's how they tell if you are legit from Montana or somewhere else.
Okay. All right.
They'll get up to you and they'll see you and they'll be like, "Prepper? Are you prepper?
Is that what I need to know if I'm a prepper or not?
You're prepper? Everybody in Montana is a prepper. If you're not a prepper, you ain't one of us. Eat first, you're a Guinness. Prepper?
Prepper.
Can I get you
Yes.
a Dr. Prepper? Code, wink, wink.
I'll be a prepper if I could live up there. It's beautiful.
Yeah, yeah. You want to get some MREs? Let's go do this. Come to my house. Come on. Baker's Cocky Hen says, thinking my new fantasy team this year will be the Denver Heifer Cheerleaders. Just wish I could play against Phil.
Wow.
Bob Swirsky says, let's call it Tweak a Greek.
Almost.
That's like right on the cusp.
Almost. Right there.
Tweak a Greek.
Seek the Greek.
No.
Cards Chappie says, hey, Budenholzer said in his presser that he's never seen a team get 25 free throws in the playoffs, and then his team got 23. Nah, he's doing fine.
Yeah.
Mr. Wilbur says, definition of a foursome, when two guys want to and two girls don't, so they foursome? Okay, what? All right, we got to take a break while we unpack that. Thanks, Wilbur. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
What the hell was that?
Oh, they don't force them. Okay. Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100 plus degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Hi, this is Bruce Jacobs from my friends and former employers at ProCopy. For over 20 years, ProCopy has provided Arizona companies with the best office equipment available from companies like Ricoh. More importantly, they provide outstanding service after the sale with a 96% retention ratio and award-winning technicians. 3 years ago, they joined the Flex Technologies Group, an Arizona-based nationwide group of companies that share ProCopy's commitment to excellence. So if you have branches anywhere in the United States or just here in Arizona, you can get great personalized service even during the current climate. We use them here at the Fanatic and Money Radio KFNN, and they never disappoint because they remain a local company. They give back to our community by supporting ASU and the Thunderbirds through the Phoenix Open. The ProCopy Foundations has raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. That makes doing business with ProCopy good for your business. Just give them a call at 602-PROCOPY. That's 602-776-2679.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
at earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Thank goodness it seems like the worst is over, but is your business back to pre-COVID numbers? Hi, Bruce Jacobs here to invite you to take advantage of a great opportunity to promote that you are open and ready to serve. With our affordable Open for Business advertising package, you'll only spend hundreds but reach thousands of potential new customers. Just go to 1580thefanatic.com and click on the link for Open for Business package. This offer will not last long. The Open for Business package on 1580 The Fanatic. Now let's all get back to business.
Distracted driving is dangerous, Arizona. When you pick up your phone to send a text message, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to take a call, you're putting lives at risk. When you pick up your phone to check an email, you're putting lives at risk. And now, when you pick up your phone while driving, it's also against the law in Arizona. Don't get a ticket. Don't pick up your phone. Sponsored by Arizona Chapter National Safety Council and Governor's Office of Highway Safety.
KQFN Tempe, also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K242 Rolling Hills at 95.9 FM.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show. Let's do it.
All right, buddy, it's 4 o'clock here on the Daily Blender. I'm your good friend, Radio Pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside Randy White. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar joining us. Phil is pushing the buttons, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580, broadcasting live in the Harmon Solar studio. And it's good to see you again there, Ralph. Now, Ralph was working hard. Then he was on vacation, and that now he's back and hanging out with us again. And how's your summer so far there, Ralph?
It's been really good so far. It's going really fast though, It's
yeah.
already what? July, mid-July almost.
Ralph, I heard you just took a 3-week trip to Montana. Is there any truth to that statement?
Yeah, I was up at the Yellowstone helping them do some things up there. So yeah. No,
Yeah.
but I am actually going to Minnesota here real soon, so I'll be gone for about a month.
Oh, no kidding.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. You said you were going to be back for a while.
Well, yeah, but next month, when my son goes to college, I'm actually going to go up there with him, and I'm going to go to class and meet some girls. And no, I'm kidding. But I am going to. My wife's probably listening, so I'm probably in trouble.
I was going to say, Pippi knows.
Pippi's going to light me up.
Hey,
She's going to eat your lunch when you get off the air.
enjoy only having 30% of your stuff, Ralph. Nicely done.
I have the same lawyer that you had. Okay.
Yep.
No, but I'm going up there just to kind of, get him settled up and just kind of have some friends up there and just going to hang out. And I'll call in and
So in August, because that's
middle
when
August, yeah.
Oh, that's when the mosquitoes have reached full, vampire bat size.
Looking forward to that, yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah, that's mating season for the mosquitoes.
Yeah, well, I'll be up there for mating season. That's good. I need to mate. So
Well, yeah, with the
Uh-oh.
mosquito, sure.
Strike two.
Man, that's gonna suck.
So one of the things right now, I mean, we're all happy about the Phoenix Suns kicking some ass and winning the finals, but they're going to win. And that kind of takes the edge off a little bit, doesn't it? When you take a look at your power bill and you're like, oh Jesus! And a lot of people are getting that moment right now because we're in July, which means the June power bills have hit, and it's super duper expensive. Keeping your house as cool as you want it to be. If you're civilized, I don't. You people who keep your air conditioning at 80 degrees, I don't even want to know you because I'm pretty sure you're insane. Because that much heat on the Cabeza boils the things up there in the gray matter, and you end up doing stuff like, walking around with like a bucket on your head. Liking the Lakers, that sort of thing.
Wow,
but anyways, back to the whole thing. Right now, you'd be looking at that bill thinking, why didn't I call Ralph? Why didn't I call Ralph months ago and get the solar panels on the roof to save the money on the electric bill?
Yep.
And, I'm sure there's a lot of regret happening out there when you see that bill.
we get that phone call right about now every year. It's really funny. Every single year, like, man, I should have done this months ago. Yeah, you really should have, but
And
it'll be okay next year.
Yeah, it ain't like we haven't been telling you,
Right.
I mean, I get it. You get busy. Life is like that, but it's never too late to start saving some money. And so what's the specials and deals and stuff that's going on with Harman Solar right now, Ralph?
Nothing.
Yeah, I did. I know. You know what? The hell with it. Get yourself a paper fan. Get yourself a paper fan.
You're giving away a free paper fan with every system.
I saw him look over at Phil and start laughing. I don't know why.
I love
He
it.
does this to
I
me
love
every
it.
time.
It's the best bit of the
It's like my
entire
favorite
show.
part of the show.
Oh,
I love
God.
it. So what deals we have going on? There's no dang deals. Just buy solar. I mean, come on.
That's the deal.
That's the
The
deal.
deal
Now
is
get
just
with it.
buy some solar and save some money.
Uh,
No, so I mean, there's different things going on. Just, what I would recommend, I mean, give us a call, talk to Giovanna. She's sitting there waiting for you to call if she's not talking to your neighbors already. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at your situation and we'll take care of you because it's crazy living in Phoenix without solar. It just makes no sense. At least
Yeah.
and I look at my electric bill. I got my bill this month already and it was $65. So I'm thankful that I have solar. So it makes a big deal for us every month. And yeah, so it is a big deal. You should get it. And Jeffrey, you should get it. And Randy, you should get it. And if you don't,
Okay.
we'll have to
All right.
reconsider our sponsorship. But
Wow.
anyway,
I feel
Should I
like
get it?
That might have been a threat. Listen,
I would never
even-
threaten you.
What's that number again? I'll call right away.
800-666-6666, right? No, it's harmonsolar.com. Get on harmonsolar.com. Take a look around. You kind of learn about us a little bit. You can call us 800-281-3189 as well. I guess, again, Giovanna is sitting there on the phones. She'll ask you for some basic information. Once she has that, she'll pass it over to our engineers who will design a system for you based on what you do. Solar is very customized to what we do individually. The way I use my power is different from the way Jeffrey uses it and different from the way Randy uses it. And I'm sure Phil's probably growing some things in his house. He uses it a little different too.
Absolutely.
I use a lot of solar.
He's got the hydroponics in his bathtub. That's what's going on.
So,
in his
but
house.
that's what we do for you. One of our guys would come out and just kind of walk you through it and show if it makes sense for you or not. And then it's up to you. I mean, we're definitely not a hard sell company. We're a consultative company. And we're just here to kind of help you see how it works.
Yeah, and listen, you guys got to get with the times. Even people in third world countries are using solar. I mean, I saw this one thing. There's a dude that's got a solar panel on his donkey, and that way it would charge his phone. I'm not even kidding. It was a fair size solar panel hanging off the side of a donkey, and he's sitting on there Instagramming. I think that might have been overkill for what he needed, and God forbid some wire slips off that inverter and destroys the animal. But
I was just thinking, where is the inverter?
But yeah, well, but anyway, if the guy in a third world country can figure it out and get free electricity, so can you. Come on, guys. This is the way of the future. I'm sorry to say with the electric cars, because I'm a gas car kind of guy, but
Me too.
I understand that eventually I'm going to be driving an electric car. And, I see those Tesla Powerwall things and the battery backup systems that so many different aspects to how you can do better with, your power, avoiding the loss of, saving money on the collection of, and just living the life you want to live and not having to worry about, spending a shitload of money every single damn month because you just want to be comfortable.
And I was reading, and I don't know if anyone else saw this, but I guess California is going to stop supplying Arizona with the energy that supplies, because I guess they supply a portion of our energy. And starting
I thought it was the other way around.
No, I heard they were giving us stuff, and starting next August, that's going to stop. And they're talking about having to do rolling blackouts in Arizona starting next August. So if that happens, we turn into California, right? That means rates are going to go up again, which the utilities are trying to raise the rates again. And you'll see blackouts, which means you need batteries because you don't want to be caught in the middle of 118 without any power on. Yeah. So those are the things happening in California right now, which is why you see so many people going solar there, especially. And we might be seeing that stuff in about a year. So it's something to think about.
Yeah, and I get both. Get the solar panels and the battery.
And the batteries, yeah, which we do both. And then for next week, we're going to be at the Maricopa County Home Show over at the Phoenix Stadium, where the beautiful Cardinals play. And if you want to get down on the field and kind of see, it's kind of cool to be in there. But we're actually going to do some seminars every day on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll have a 1-hour seminar kind of teaching people about solar. So you can come out and check us out.
I don't know how long I could survive Arizona with a rolling blackout.
It'd be tough.
I'll be honest with you. I'm going to have, seriously, we're going to have to work something out for my house.
Well, that'd be one way to lose the weight.
Shut up, Phil. 888-368-1580. Mr. Wilbur says Ralph also is giving away a 1-year supply of pina coladas with each system purchase.
God bless Ralph. God bless Harvest Solar. God bless the soul.
Yeah, Wilbur, you're not allowed to have solar power now. It's been decided.
He may be blind, but he's hitting the mark every time.
They just keep telling him that so he doesn't feel bad. Good Cat says, I plan on listening to the app while basking in the sun on the beaches of San Diego next week. By the way, there may not be any speed limits in Montana, but most people drive carefully because the last thing you want to do is hit a giant moose going 100 miles an hour.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Moose, elk, or deer. Yes.
Denver
or a
cheerleader.
bear.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Thundar, the Santa Barbarian, says, yeah, the app works well for me in California, but I remember when I was living in Scottsdale, turning on the McDonald 1580, used to go Spanish language for a moment. Hopefully the new tower resolves that issue. Nothing against Spanish. I just don't want it bumping my blender off the air. Yeah, that never made any sense. Somebody must have had a pirate radio station down there or something, because during this show, we don't lose, we don't. It's not night power stuff. So
I believe the term you're looking for, Jeffco, is El Pirate. Jace.
Rusty Nut says California prune pickers already screwing up Montana, huh? Jeez. Flying Monkey says his proper name should be Giannis can't shoot the free throws. Not at the Tecumpo.
Yeah, okay. Now we're getting there. We're getting somewhere now. That's very original.
Chief Skull says the hat, Ralph. I hate the hat.
Why do you hate greatness? I don't understand.
I love hearing going to school in Minnesota, though. Golden Gophers, Ski Yuma. Ski Yuma?
Yuma.
What?
Don't.
The hell does that even mean? Golden Gophers, Ski Yuma.
Is it something a gopher says?
Chief Skull then follows with, Ralph, if I purchase a solar system on my own, can I hire Harman Solar to install that system?
That's a great question. We get asked that a lot, and the answer is
really?
No. Yeah, we wouldn't do that. We have to supply the equipment because we don't know what you're getting, where you're getting it from, and then
can't guarantee that.
Yeah, we just can't do that.
Yeah, I don't know why you would do that, Chief Skull, unless it's one of those things where you bought it and you have the parts and you're like, I thought I could handle this, but really can't.
Don't do it.
Sorry, Chief Skull. Bob Schwersky says, all right, how about the lamb chop? No. Okay, so if you weren't listening the last hour, we're trying to think of a clever hack-a-shack kind of thing because, well, it's Giannis Antetokounmpo. Nothing really rhymes with
The
that.
buck chuck?
No. Bob Schwersky says, yeah, how about the Zorba Schmear? Arizona welcome wagon? Flog the wog? Yeah, what the hell's a wog? W-O-G. What's a wog? Is that a thing?
It's a Chicago way to say log.
All right. Bob Swirsky, why don't you have a beer and just sit this one out? King of Kitten says, if a house has solar panels on it and the power goes down in the neighborhood, does the power go out on the solar home, Ralph?
So it depends on how it's set up. Typically, when the solar system feels that the grid has gone down, it has to not produce, because what happens is if it sends the electricity back onto the grid, it can shock and kill a worker that's trying to fix the line.
Oh, geez.
So if you have a battery backup system, what will happen is the battery kicks into the panels that you have for the backup, and your house would go on backup.
Yeah,
So
I absolutely get a battery backup system.
yeah, you don't want to kill
Absolutely.
workers.
Well, I don't care about the workers as much as I want to make sure the air conditioning stays on. I'm talking about my end of this. I mean,
as long as
clearly,
you're feeling good, yeah.
No, clearly I'm not looking to kill anybody, and I would obey those rules. But now it's just like, well, it's hot, so let's get that figured out. Boomer Sooner says, crap, who said pina colada? Shut up, Phil.
We love it,
Phil Boomer Sooner. Yeah.
Wow.
You said it that time, so don't say it's the song name that should not be said.
Yeah.
And he says,
the name that shall remain nameless.
I'd prefer if that were to happen. Thank you. Straight Striper says, thank God Ralph is saving so much money on solar. He's going to need it for a lawyer fee and alimony if his wife is listening to it.
You've never met Pippi. She's mean.
Yeah,
she's mean.
She's probably like, is that the best you got? Large Marge says, yes, Giannis can't shoot my free throws. Giannis can't shoot my free throws.
See, I feel like we should do something with like, foul the Euro or, something along those lines. You know what I mean? Something to do with like a Euro or a lamb
Let's get the
kebab.
Tiro of the Euro.
No.
Is it just us, or do we really need a team of scientists for this?
Yeah,
I feel
think
like
we
need some
probably
scientists.
do.
it might be us. I don't
It's
know.
like send the I don't know. It's something to do with a Euro.
Let's get the buck suck.
No.
Gosh,
Jesus,
no.
Phil.
Well, I'm just thinking of Chan.
Ski Ma now is being explained by Chief Skull's Burner. By the way, can I just say how much I love when you guys send me the full dictionary explanation of something in a image post on the text line? Because I don't. But Ski Ma is a slogan used at since 1884.
Oh, did not know that.
There we go.
Is that something like bear down for you, Chalupa? Even though they're
Must be.
wild cats, they have to bear down.
If anybody cares, just look it up. Rusty Nut says a wog is short for a polywog. It's a term for crossing the equator for the first time. That's a U.S. Navy thing.
Oh, I see.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
Is this how this show's going to go?
I think so. It's a Friday.
In other news, now there's a lot more going on than just the NBA Finals. Of course, we're all going to watch on Sunday. We'll talk about it Monday. Looking forward to Tuesday, and then we all get to have a parade somewhere. Sure, but let me just remind everybody. I don't know if this ever came up in our "It's a Sport, It's Not a Sport." The damn spelling bee is not a sport. Okay, it's a competition. It's an intellectual exercise. But it's not sports. Why in the mother bleepity bleep 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 and then bleep you in the bleep and the bleep on the bleep is that on the Espen?
Wow, he's really angry
I
about
hope
that.
you
doesn't he
realize.
say?
Yeah, my goodness.
Holy
I
mackerel.
hope you realize the young girl who won this year's
You
spelling bee.
spelled that holy mother bleepity bleep bleep bleep.
She's
If-
incredibly
if-
impressive.
If Phil would shut the bleep up, I don't know.
Wow.
Listen, here's the thing. I don't think it's sports. I'm sorry, it ain't sports. Now, the girl who won, I think her name is Zayla Avant-Garde from New Orleans.
Yes.
Wait, how do you say it?
Yeah, Zayla Avant-Garde.
Well, then why don't you correct me if I said it right?
Well, if it's from
I
New
said
Orleans,
Zayla.
wouldn't you say?
I'm
Wouldn't
just-
you say avant-garde?
I don't know, but why, Phil, you're going to correct me
I'm
on
just so used to
Isaiah.
you being wrong when pronouncing names that it was a defense mechanism. I apologize.
That's enough.
Do you
throwdown.
feel like you're catching fire, Phil? Holy mackerel!
Just thinking
It's
about
been
all-
nice working with you,
Yeah,
man.
you might want to turn your camera off.
I'm starting to remember all the names of the people we passed on. So anyhow, they had the spelling bee there, and this girl. And first off, she's a star athlete, and that's just greedy. She's no. Here's why.
How
Because
dare
she's a
you be
great
smart.
athlete.
Right? You can't. It just seems like okay. Pick a lane, kid. She's like she's a spelling champion now, and she's ridiculous. I saw some video on her.
Oh, yeah.
She is a hell of a basketball player, and then to go on top of that, she has broken a bunch of world records for dribbling like multiple basketballs and doing tricks and stuff like that.
Wow.
I'm just like, holy cow, kid. I mean, that's great. That's impressive, but leave a little something on the side there for the nerds. Why would you, why just break everybody's hopes and dreams with that? I mean, that's fine. Congratulations to her. But here was the thing that really struck me. I didn't watch it, but I read about this. I saw the headline. And it's an instant replay got a spelling bee contestant eliminated. Yeah.
What?
So in the finals last night, a 12-year-old contestant, Roy. By the way, who the hell's naming a 12-year-old Roy? I mean, who's still naming babies Roy?
What's wrong with Roy?
I haven't heard Roy since.
That's a good, solid male name.
The last Roy I heard of was from that Emergency 51 show when we were kids. It was like Chet and Roy.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Roy Sigelman got the word ambystoma, and it's spelled Ambystoma, but he said I instead of Y. And it was like straight out of Letterkenny. In the show Letterkenny that I keep talking about, they had a grown-up spelling bee. And it was a very, very funny show. And but one of the gals from the Indian reservation, she was up in the rafters. She had money on it, and she wanted to prove this guy spelled it wrong. So she pulls up a tape recorder and plays it back in the slower speed and proves that the mumbling guy got it wrong. And it was funny because I was like, who does that? Who does an instant replay at a spelling bee? I'll tell you, ESPN does. So they gave it to him for spelling it the way. Then they went to the replay, determined he spelled it wrong, and they's like, "Sorry, kid, you're out." And it's just now instant replay is in everything now.
Yeah. My question isn't about the instant replay or using it during a spelling bee. My question is, how would you like to be the announcer drawn to go cover that thing?
Yeah.
Gosh. Can you imagine Stephen A. Smith calling a spelling bee?
Well, I hear Rachel Nichols has some free time.
Yeah,
Oh,
it'd have to. That would actually make some sense.
That's funny.
They're still gonna pay her, so you got to send her somewhere.
I guess her and Trevor Bauer can go do it.
Yeah.
That's right. He can run the replay. He can run that.
He can run something.
Hey, Trevor, easy on those controls. No, they don't need a safe word.
But he's got
Just-
a text. Yeah, as long as
Just
you
take
text.
it easy on the controls.
Jesus.
But I mean, how just weird do you have to? If somebody's spelling, you should be able to figure that with your ear. You don't have to turn like. Let's see the replay. It's like I can hear it real time. They spelled it wrong. Why did you need the replay? This seems kind of dumb.
Have you ever seen the Italian spelling bee?
No,
You've never seen that video?
I've never.
Oh, come on. They spell words like forget. They spell words like forget about it.
I was gonna say,
What show is that from?
I'm gonna send it to you. I've got it. It's hilarious.
Yeah, send it over, man. I never saw that.
It's run by a mafia guy. It's just beautiful.
All right. Well, while Ralph gets on the email and sends me that link, we're going to take a break. We come back and we'll have other news about other news that's not just football or basketball. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
Mike, I understand you need the part.
Carly's Car Shop demands more engine fixing horsepower. They need to floor it to find their staff some backup.
We need to finish up that group today. It cannot be here for another 2 weeks.
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. With Indeed Instant Match, we immediately show you quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed meet your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Dale Hellestrade from my friends at Constructors Bonding. If you need bonds, you can put your trust in Arizona's industry leader for the best service, rates, terms, and capacity anywhere. Constructors Bonding is the #1 writer with 14 sureties and will improve your bond program. Call Dave McKee today to learn how Constructors Bonding will perform for you. 602-432-5929. That's 602-432-5929 or visit cbialliance.com.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer, and your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harmon Solar today. Harmon Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment, and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harmon Solar, 800-281-3189, or go to harmonsolar.com. Harmon Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
If you're looking to trim back your risk in growth stocks, you can move into value and dividend stocks in 2021. Dividend stocks are those that pay you to own them. You get a dividend check paid into your account every quarter from the company. Today, you can find very solid companies paying very solid dividends if you know where to look. But you're wise not to buy on dividend yield alone. Check it out. Stocks with dividends of 7 to 10% are not investment grade and may be near bankruptcy. You may win with the dividend, but lose with the share price. That's not smart. A dividend is a share of the company's profit. Therefore, when choosing dividend stocks, ask yourself, how profitable is the company? How secure is the industry? And does it dominate the industry? And will that industry be as relevant next year as it is today?
Invest smarter. Advisory services by IQ Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor. For a free preview, call 480-902-3333. 480-902-3333.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
I never knew Arizona had a governor named Jane Hull. Did you?
Come on down.
Did you?
Yeah, of course. Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Was she good or bad? Okay. I don't remember the name.
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
Anyway, it was a parade route that she came up.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Stanley Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. I think that Ralph just wanted to send me a video with Kelly Ripa in it. What the hell was that? I haven't had a chance to watch the whole thing. It's from Funny or Die. So
it's hilarious.
The Bensonhurst Spelling Bee. So I'll watch that on the next break. It's took me a second to find it there. 888-368-1580. Bob Schwersky's not giving up. Hey, about this last one here. How about the Olive Press? No, thank you. No. He said, I forget. I'm just going to scream, beat his ass, and call it good with the TV there.
Beat his ass.
Yeah. Ookla Mock says, what does heat stroke feel like, Radio Pal? I just mowed my backyard, and I'm feeling a little woozy.
Wow. At this time of day? Really?
Yeah, why would you do that? How dumb are you? To be out there mowing your lawn. I mean, guys have to work for a living out there in it. They know how to manage it. They keep cool. They got little tricks that they do, and it still sucks, but they at least figure out how not to get the heat stroke. Why are you mowing your yard in the absolute heat of day? Randy, what is the heat right now? What's the temperature?
It is about 112 degrees right now, depending where you're at. Downtown Phoenix, 111. If you're in Scottsdale, I believe it's 112 right now.
Yeah, you should probably climb into a cool shower, stick your head in the freezer, do whatever you got to do to get cooled off there, Ookla. Yeah, that was not smart. 888-368-1580. Daylight Drew says, hey, fellas, is it bad that I want the Suns to lose one game so we can win the championship in Phoenix? Yeah, that is bad. You want the Suns to win every single game. I get the idea But unless it happens naturally, don't hope for it. Don't ask it. Just always root your team on. And get Daylight Drew a maker's mark, please. He'd like to have a drink there, please.
Absolutely.
Boomer Sooner says, that was perfect slow-mo you did there earlier, Jeffrey. Listen, Blender, I'm headed off to Flagstaff for a few days, leaving Sunday, coming back late Wednesday, so I'll catch up with everyone on Thursday.
All right.
All right, David. Phil, are you writing this down?
Oh, each and every word.
When a super fan tells us their schedule, we got to make sure we write this down.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
Here.
so he's leaving Sunday.
He's leaving Sunday. Okay.
Early or late, Boomer. Then he's back late Wednesday. He'll catch up with us on Thursday. And so there you go. That's what's happening. So now if you guys need me to repeat that, just let me know on the text line and I'll be happy to repeat that. Yeah. He says, have a great weekend, everybody. Don't tell me what to do. Thundar Sam Barbarian says, language, Jeffrey, language. Phil is correcting you because a former co-host told him how bad you are with names. Former co-host. And even if you remember the names of the people you passed on in favor of Phil, you probably couldn't pronounce them without Phil's help. So he's probably feeling pretty safe.
Wow.
I can pronounce the names. I'm good at pronouncing names.
That text is getting deleted.
Yeah.
Delete. Who are you?
Think?
Block. If I blocked everybody that gave me crap, it would just be Boomer Sooner on there. Senior Wake and Bake says, Phil, you may be single, but you're not alone. A stench of failure follows you wherever you go. Jackass. Go Suns. He's talking about what you just did to the Lakers.
I don't think that's what he's talking about.
I think the Laker fans need to have a vote to decide if you're still okay having Phil as a fan after what he did to you. The minute he started following the Lakers is the minute things started to go bad. I mean, we're not even kidding. I mean, that is a true statement. They were doing great. Phil's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to a good team. And then that very moment, somebody got hurt. Everything started going bad for the Lakers.
Do you have that tattoo? Did that get done?
Yeah,
that did get done.
Where is it?
I'll show you. I got a picture of it.
He's got a picture of it.
Oh, it's in one of those places.
Yeah.
But I don't think Phil went to the Lakers because they were the Lakers. I think he went to the Lakers because he's a LeBron James fan, and we all know what happened with LeBron James in the playoff. So I think the curse is not on the Lakers; it's actually on LeBron James. And if we follow that paper trail, look what Jerry Colangelo said: LeBron James' Olympic career is done. Look, he's even cost LeBron the chance to go play for his country in the Olympics.
You know, next year we're going to be sitting here talking about the Lakers in the finals again. So
I know.
Whatever.
It's just white noise.
I know.
Enjoy the one that you guys get.
Yeah, enjoy it. It's have a good time with it.
Boogie's going to try with the hack-a-shack thing on Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Right.
Giannis to the line miss.
No. Giannis to the line. Linus.
Line miss is what he said. I'm just telling you what he said. Flying Monkey says, sweep the Greek. Well, that's for the series. That's not for the free throws. Straight Striper says, love your thought process, Randy. I've been trying to think up something clever involving a gyro for the last 45 minutes, but now it's time to order a gyro, a cocktail, and finish listening to the show.
Oh, boy. Yeah, there's your shot.
I love a gyro. You know how I judge a gyro? How late into the next day do I still burp up the flavor? That's how and if I am not still burping it up the next day, like 24 hours later,
not much of a gyro.
No, it's got to have that flavor, man. Random Texter says, when you think of millionaires and billionaires, you just think it's a whole lot of money, right? You don't know the real difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. If you think about the difference between 1 million, 1 billion in time gives a whole new reality check. 1 million seconds is 12 days. 1 billion seconds is 36 years.
Wow.
What the hell?
Boy, that does give you some perspective, doesn't it? Ralph, you're a billionaire. How do you feel about that?
I don't.
You can't. There's not enough money in the world.
I don't have to.
I don't have to. I just sit here.
There's not enough money in the world that could ever explain why the hell he sent that text.
I'm just sitting here waiting. When are we going to start talking about Euro? I mean, I don't know.
Euro
2020?
Hero.
I'm talking the Euro Cup.
Euro soccer.
Yeah.
Well, they're still playing for the 2020 Cup.
Jeez.
That's what I'm going to be doing Sunday, watching Italy playing the Euro Cup final.
Why do you hate your eyes? Fed fan says, tell Ukla that he has to quit sweating. He needs to find some shade. Place a cold compress on his wrist and his neck. That'll help bring his body temperature down. Ukla says, should I go in the pool? Should I go in the pool?
Yes.
Yes.
The pool
Put a hat
is
on. and go in the pool.
I don't know. The pool might be like a warm bathtub at this temperature. I think a cool shower is better.
Put a hat on. Put a hat on and go in the pool, or go get in the shower. Not an ice cold shower that shock your body.
Okay.
How about shower?
All right, Ookla, pool face down. 888-368-1580.
I'll meet you in the pool.
Billy from Phoenix says, I'm melting outside doing gopher treatments.
Gopher treatment.
Yeah, he does yoga with gophers. He he's a licensed psychologist for gophers. He does a lot of work with gophers.
Yeah, you heard of the goat
ministry.
yoga? He's gopher yoga. Yeah.
And he
That's
prays,
a thing.
he prays with gophers. Cheese Skulls Burner says the Lakers are breaking down like an old pair of shoes. Good luck next year, guys.
Calm down. They'll retool. They'll get younger. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, if they're anything, they will be tools. Random texter says, I sent that text because it's Friday. Thundar says, Giannis, Shaq school of free throw.
No.
You guys are
No.
really. Bob
This is getting
Shrisky
bad.
says,
Yeah.
Euro trash. Okay, stop, Bob. Stop. Just please, we have to stop you.
Yeah.
Flying Monkey says, how about the 0 for the Euro?
Man, these are just like right on the edge.
Yeah, it's so hard. When you don't have
0
a good
for the
name.
Euro. Maybe.
By the way, do you see the press conference with that Canadian guy who was just ripping? I'm sorry, they're all Canadians, but it was the Tampa Bay Lightning guy who was ripping on the Canadians because they were celebrating like they won the cup because they won one game. And he was just like shaking his head. He's like, "It's the stupidest thing ever."
And he's sitting up there without a shirt on, drinking a Bud Light. So
as he should. But now the Stanley Cup Twitter account tweeted out talking about hey, Tom Brady, I'm too heavy to throw. Don't try to throw me, Tom Brady. I'm heavy. And he's like, I don't know. Everything feels lighter after you have some tequila there.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
What a hilarious response. And that's why nobody watches hockey. 888-368-1580. If you like the Olympics, enjoy it on TV. Because they have banned all fans from going to the Olympics.
Yeah.
0%. Tokyo is under a state of emergency, which means one of two things. COVID is on the rise or Godzilla is coming. One of those two things will create the Tokyo state of emergency.
Probably Godzilla, don't you think?
I thought it was Godzilla.
Yeah. Either way, so now you'll have the same amount of people watching in the stands as you will at home.
Wow.
Nobody.
No.
Does anybody care about the Olympics? Really?
Are those happening this week or something?
Certain events.
When do they start?
Yeah, that's a good question. When does it start? Let's see here. July 23rd through August 8th.
That's soon, huh? I'm going to have to. I'll be washing my hair during that time.
All right. I mean, it's just, I don't know. Let's see. Ukla Mock says, stay away from me, Phil. I have a large firearm. Mr. Wilbur says,
you promise?
Hey, Giannis, my grandmother called. She wants a free throw form back. Well, those are good heckles. Good Cat says, there are Euro steps. How about Euro bricks? I don't understand that. Rob Diz says, the Greek to the charity streak. Again, guys, please, I'm begging you to stop. I'm begging you to stop. I don't know how else to put this. Oh, you know what? Something we were talking about yesterday, still stuck in my head.
Yes.
How France soccer team, they had a strict sex ban and it didn't work. They got beat bad by Switzerland. So now people are saying, well, it was the sex ban is probably why they lost. And some people, over the years, you might have known some athletes who are like, I'm not going to go around my family. I'm not going to go around anybody. Even Conor McGregor, he's very serious about winning this bout against Poirier this Saturday. He's like, I have to leave my family behind for a while because I can't think murder, kill, and then change a diaper, which is probably the most reasonable thing you've ever heard Conor McGregor say. And it makes sense. And that's all good. But these very strict sex ban. And we talked about it for a moment yesterday. And then I was starting, how do you enforce that?
I have a question.
Yeah, Randy, go ahead.
Isn't that what got Bauer in trouble? Strict sex?
No, it was not adhering to the,
it was
special word.
but it wasn't strict sex. It was
consensual.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
consensual to a point,
Consensual
and then
meeting up. I mean, it was-
okay, so I get it, Dodger fan. All right, listen. Here's what happened with Trevor
no,
Bauer.
it's not a Dodger fan. It's not calling a guy out being guilty until it's figured out. I mean, he didn't.
Here's the thing.
Strict sex.
Here's the allegations. Let me explain to you what's going on.
Okay, explain.
So Trevor Bauer got himself a freak in the sheets, and
He did.
she liked the rough stuff, you know, which I've never understood. I don't need to get. I'm not looking to get my ass kicked. Okay, and I'm not looking to kick anybody else's ass. It's not. That's not the place.
Well,
for
that's
it.
a relief.
But if somebody else wants that, God bless you. Enjoy the bruises. So. I don't think this is probably appropriate for that sound effect. The allegations are very serious.
They are very serious.
So this gal who she's like, I like the rough stuff, but here's my point. Don't pass this line with me. And they established a safe word. And evidently her allegations are, he knocked her out. And when she came to, he says, oh, and by the way, you're probably gonna have some bruises there, and there. The places where I continued to beat on you while you were out cold. And she was like, well, that's not what I wanted. So everybody wants to give her a hard time saying, well, that's what you get if you like it rough. But she had established this are my boundaries and this is the safe word. So again, he said, she said sort of situation. This thing's got to play itself out. But it must be serious enough. And she must be credible enough that he's probably not going to come back to the Dodgers after the leave of absence, and they wouldn't even let him go to the White House. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. You have to say allegedly on everything.
Exactly, and he doesn't go to the White House because he wasn't part of the Dodgers championship team last year. So
I mean, listen, if there's anybody there who wanted to smell his fingers, it was Biden. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if Biden would even know what's going on, but anyway. I don't know. Every time I hear of somebody allegedly saying that an athlete did this or an athlete did that, my BS meter goes up instantly. It's about money. It's about this. It's about that. I don't know. I'm not saying that all athletes don't. There are some that have done some bad things, but I'm tread lightly. Let's wait and see what happens. But I don't know. My BS meter kicked in on this one. I don't know why.
Well, the fact that his lawyers didn't say this is all ridiculous, none of it's true. They were like,
well, they
was
admitted he was doing it with them,
and he likes it rough,
right? I mean. You don't like it rough, so I guess you have never experienced that. But
it seems like this.
Please tell us, Ralph.
More
let me go for it.
Understanding.
Yeah. Let me get into some detail for you. Pippi is pretty violent. No,
so basically, we're finding out is Ralph, wakes up a couple days later, and
it wouldn't be the first time he woke up with a bruise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so
he's like, I'm not sure what happened when I was out, but I'm okay with it.
She didn't say her safe word, so
888-368-1580. So yeah, but back to the. Here's the thing: the sex ban by the French team. How do you enforce that? I mean, listen, if there was ever a sex ban on any part of my life, my whole thing would be like, of course I haven't had sex. No, not even with myself, coach.
With a raised eyebrow.
Who, me? That's when you really hope you don't have a tell. You know what I mean? Like, we know you're lying because every time that happens, we see what's my tell? Well, every time you say that, you're having sex. Stop having sex. No, I don't know how you enforce a sex ban, and I don't know what idiot on the team is like. Well, I guess I can have sex now.
Maybe they'll wear like some forms of bells, and if you just start to hear two bells going off at the same time.
See, for me, the weird thing about this, it's the French team, right?
Yeah,
the no sex during the playoffs. It's the
team.
French team,
right? They should be having the most sex. Ladies, I'll tell you something. No, I have no sex. It was not me. Yeah, we saw you come from that room. No, it's someone else. You do not think so. I have had sex 3 times since we started this conversation. That's not a realistic thing to do to the French. I don't know. It's dumber. The fact they banned it or the guys who actually went along with it,
That's like a warm-up exercise for them.
That's the sound effect of every guy. It's like, when's this game going to be over? And that's why they lost. They were watching the ball. They were watching the clock going 3, 2, 1, fight. Stupid. All right, taking that break. When we come back, we'll talk Diamondbacks for all of 10 seconds and move on to real sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough, and the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Felicia.
We're the hosts of the show, Drive Friendly.
With Steve's 40 years of experience, you're going to get the real insider information about the automotive industry. And I'll be interviewing local celebrities and experts so you can be informed and live your very best life.
Laugh and learn with Steve, Felicia, and the gang. You'll be smarter for listening. Drive Friendly, 10 a.m. Saturday mornings on 1580 and 99.3 The Fanatic.
You don't sit behind a desk every day to earn a living. You're out and about making it happen. And sometimes you get a little bit behind on your paperwork, like bookkeeping and paying your taxes. It's easy to get behind on paying your taxes. It happens to the best of us. And you know what happens next. The big bad IRS comes knocking on your door. And when that happens, you need to call the good old boys at the Tax Doctor. Let them do what they do best, deal and negotiate with the IRS so you pay the lowest you can in back taxes that the law allows. We are a 100% U.S.-based company, and we've saved our clients millions over the years in back taxes. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, call my friends right now at the Tax Doctor and learn more.
800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. 800-628-6070. That's 800-628-6070.
Your best plan to retire might be right under your roof. This is Rob Canier, and for over 20 years, I've helped people discover how they can utilize a portion of their equity in their home as a coordinated strategy in retirement planning, thus creating additional monthly cash flow, paying less taxes, and making their retirement assets last longer. This is a safe and proven retirement strategy for qualified homeowners age 62 and older. All you have to do is reverse your thinking. Call me, Reverse Rob, to learn more at 602-REVERSE. That's 602-738-3773.
NASCAR Championship weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
at earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
Featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer. The Fanatic.
I mean, if they really wanted a ban on sex, they should just draft a bunch of married men.
Wow.
It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And we got to give away some Rattler tickets. Let's do that right here, right now. Phil, actually pay attention, do your job. Look at the phone line. We will take the next 2 callers. We'll get a pair of tickets to go see the Arizona Rattlers. That's what's going to happen right here, right now. That is for tomorrow night's game at 6:00 over the arena. Just get their name and their phone number. We'll put them on the will call list. Okay, Phil? So 888-368-1580. Call now. We don't got to talk to them or nothing. There's just, there's a lot to do here. They can say hi if they want, but we don't got to talk to them. But 888-368-1580. And Boogie is sending in photos. It looks like he's, are you in Miami or Hawaii? Where is that? He's been fishing. He's sent in his photo of the Jeffrey O'Brien is better at everything than me shirt. And he's got one picture where he's got one big fish, looks kind of carpish, and he's got about 10 little fish. And that's a nice little haul for a day of fishing right there. And then there's a view of an ocean over his shoulder there. So I kind of feel like that's Hawaii. Either Hawaii or Miami. I don't know. Boogie, help me out there. I can't quite tell where you are. I see palm trees and stuff, but I guess we have the boys at the lab check out the license plate on the car in the photo, but we just don't have time for that. Anyway, so thank you for that. Now that means, what did we have, Randy? 8 more weeks? 8 more pictures?
Yeah, I believe
Either
so.
8 or
weeks,
9.
8 weeks left until the first NFL game. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's. I'm going to have about 32 photos and then make it to a giant collage. It's going to go on that big empty wall in my office, and he's not disappointing. Some very creative and cool photographs throughout. And I don't know, Radio Ron probably not going to care, but the thing of the ones where he's giving me the bird, I may have to blur that. I don't know. Not for us, but in case there's little kids come through.
Great thing about this is Boogie has not done this with any sort of malice. He hasn't done this with any head hung low. He's been a champion about this. He's stepped up every week, and he's put some real thought into it. So good for you, Boogie. You're a champion.
Yeah, Boogie says Costa Rica in 8 more weeks of these photos.
Costa Rica.
Yeah, at first, every picture he gave, he looked like an angry lawn gnome, and then he started flipping the bird. I'm like, oh, I can't, don't flip the bird. And then he started getting into the spirit of it and became a kind of a fun thing for him. So, thanks for those photos, Boogie. They're very, very nice in Costa Rica. I don't want to get murdered. I know a lot of people who.
Are you afraid he's bringing someone home from Costa Rica?
Oh, no. I just saying I'm not going.
Okay.
I just feel like that's a good place to get murdered. I don't know why. I don't anything south of the border makes me nervous right now. There's a lot of bad stuff happening. Maybe I'm wrong about where he's at and what's happening, and may God have mercy on his soul. I just like to see things calm down there a little bit. Thank you, Chief Skulls Burner. I appreciate that. Number 1 Rattlers game says, for the Dollars game tomorrow, Northern Arizona, that's the worst team in the league. I'm predicting 61-25 as the score. Well, that's really not helping me sell these tickets, buddy.
Ralph, have you been to a Rattlers game?
I have. They're a lot of fun. They're a blast.
Oh, yeah.
No matter who's playing, it's fast, high-powered offense, and it's just a hell of a lot of fun. So, listen, it's the Rattlers. They're kicking everybody's ass. So it doesn't matter. It's still going to be a good time. Thunder Snow says you can say a lot of things about Boogie, but he's no Welcher. That man pays off his bets. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And outside of these things, Boogie's a pal. Boogie's a good guy. Skull says rigged. You can't just type in rigged unless you've actually called and couldn't get through, Skull. So you got winners there, Phil. You got just fill me in real fast on who they are.
Yes, we got a longtime listener, no time texter, and then we got a random texter.
Oh, random texter. Oh, yeah. So the random texter.
The random texter.
Oh, very congratulations, random texter. And are you taking the kid or are you taking your gal?
I do believe it is. He won it for Raven Kid.
Yes. Oh, that's great. Glad you got those. And longtime listener, no time texter. Thank you so much for listening. And we get it. Not everybody can text. And a lot of people listen to the show and never text in. And that's fine. We're just happy you're out there. God bless you, especially if you have those little ratings boxes. 888-368-1580. Just saying. Random texter says the French soccer team waiting for sex kind of sounds like Phil when you disagree with him. No. Says I missed the first hour, but did you guys talk about Frank Clark? He got arrested for felony possession of an AR-15. The Frank Clark? Which Frank Clark?
Well, it must have been the Frank Clark, or it wouldn't be headlines, right?
Which Frank Clark? I'm not surprised. 888-368-1580. Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, hey, Bauer wasn't on the Dodgers last year, so he shouldn't be visiting the White House anyway.
Yeah.
And let's wait for this investigation. No way Bauer comes out of this looking good in any way, but both he and she, they both look sketchy on this. Well, let's see what the cops have to say after this investigation.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we were saying, but
I totally agreed. But now the shirt that I bought my son, now I got to get rid of it. I got him a shirt that says workout crossed out and it says, outwork, but it's a power outage shirt. And I just think I should bring that to college anymore now. It's probably a bad idea.
Yeah. Every girl is going to cover her glass when he walks by.
Outwork, power outage. Yeah. Well, I think that's
you should always go historical whenever getting a jersey for a loved one. Like Jackie Robinson, that's never going to go out of style.
Yeah, I'll just wear the shirt. I don't care.
That's probably not good for business, friend.
I'll just wear it in the gym. It's okay.
So yes, it is confirmed. The Frank Clark we were talking about is from the Chiefs, number 55. Wasn't he in trouble a bit ago too? He had some trouble like a couple of weeks ago or something.
Didn't he have some possession of pot or something?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Well, he's falling off the rails.
Ex-Seahawks.
And Into Speed says clearly Mike Ciosa mentored Trevor Bauer. True story. Off air.
So
Tell you later.
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't leave me hanging. I don't know who the hell you are. Boogie said, like, how am I going to tell me off air later? It's like, am I going to hanging out or nothing? I don't even know who you are. Boogie says Costa Rica is very safe. Nothing like some places in Mexico, Nicaragua, and Guatemala. Yeah, but it's adjacent and it makes me nervous.
Nicaragua. I think I'm going to go get me one of my my famous cigars. I may just the last hour of this program on a Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I may just spark that up right here in the old studio.
You got permission to do that inside?
Permission, please. My studio.
Yeah. Let me repeat. You got permission to do that inside?
Miss Kim has no problem with me lighting a cigar in the old studio here.
Well, now
she might even come in and join me.
No, I know she likes a good cigar, but I'm sure she doesn't like it inside.
Oh, yeah, she has no problem with it.
Well, I was going to say, it sounded like all three of us are getting in some sort of trouble with our gals.
That's what I'm feeling. I think we're all screwed.
All right. Glendale Runner says, I once snorted an asterisk-shaped pile of devil's dandruff on a sports record book.
What?
He says that's Squirrely Dan. Thanks for turning me on to the Letterkenny show on Hulu. Wife loves it. Oh, you got yourself a good one right there. You guys, seriously, that is... I know it's Canadian, and you know my thoughts on them Canadians, but it's a damn good show. Damn good show.
The Red Green show was epic, and I can't say enough about how wonderful Rush has been in my lifetime. So there's two Canadians right there.
Yeah, well, now it's three with Letterkenny if you watch it.
Yeah, I have to watch the Letterkenny show.
But I still don't trust the Canadians. I don't trust them.
No.
Thundar the Santa Barbarian says, covering her glass would be better advice for women when they see Bill Cosby now that he's out again.
Wow.
That's a good point. Yeah. That's amazing. Trevor Bauer, I'm stop. Floppy Bumper says, happy Friday, gentlemen. Phil, have a great weekend, everybody. T-Bone says, can someone cue Godzilla by Blue Oyster Cult? That was a good song. Billy from Phoenix says, I like to watch BMX, skateboarding, and stuff like that in the Olympics. Exactly my point. None of that garbage is sports. BMX, not sports. Skateboarding, not sports. Stop it. Oh, by the way, this is important. Not the Olympics. Tyson Fury got the COVID, so they postponed the fight.
No. Oh no.
Yeah, he was supposed to fight him, and on July 24th. But I don't understand something. What is today? Today's the 8th.
Yeah,
the 9th.
It's the 9th. So. Well, that's more than 14 days from July 24th.
Well, but he's got to recover too if he has any lingering side effects.
Is this a thing like Chris Paul where he had no symptoms, or is this the thing where he's sick as a dog? Does anybody know his actual status?
I don't know his actual status, but it could be early on to where before he sees or feels side effects. So they might be just waiting to see and post an official date.
Here's a conspiracy theory. I wonder if Tyson Fury realizes he's not in good enough shape to take on Deontay Wilder, and he's like found somebody to cough on him to get him out of the fight. Stranger things have happened.
I don't think so, man. Did you see him in the last match?
Falsified some COVID results to get him out of the fight.
No. What does he have to fear?
Deontay Wilder.
Nah, please. He handled him easily the last time. Easily.
Not the first time.
And Deontay Wilder had the audacity to go, well, I wore this mask and it weighed so much and I got all hot more. Give me a break. Then don't wear the mask. Don't be stupid. Just go out there and get in the ring and fight.
Yeah, well, I think Fury might be out of shape. Somebody was saying he's about 300 pounds or something.
Nah,
Well, he does fight in the heavyweight division.
Well, I mean, that's heavyweight. That's ultraweight. That's out of control.
Did somebody ask for the Godzilla by the Blue Oyster Cult? I have that right here. I mean, it's not like we're a music station or anything, but
yeah, you gotta be careful. This stuff gets us like muted on YouTube when you do this.
Is there some reason why we were playing the Godzilla?
Because somebody brought up Godzilla earlier.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that was the only two things that get a state of emergency in Japan. A Godzilla, B, the COVID. So that's why. Navy Brad says, here's proof Godzilla is out there. No, that's a toy Godzilla eating a bunch of peeps. That's not real. It's not real. 888-368-1580. So if you were hoping for the Fury Wilder fight, it has been postponed. And it might be a while. They're not looking like it's going to happen really quick. They're going to have to fight it out to try. It might even be next year. So Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, they're going to fight. It's tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. Is that tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow night, I believe. Saturday night.
It's tomorrow. And everybody thinks that Poirier is going to just wipe out Conor McGregor because they think that he's, the money is all in the bank and he's gone soft and stuff. I'm not so sure. I don't know. I mean, here's what he said. He said he was looking past Poirier back in January because he was thinking about boxing Manny Pacquiao, and that's why he lost that fight. That he didn't respect him enough. He just he's like, I felt sorry for him. I wanted to pat him on the head during the lead up to the fight, and then he got his ass kicked. I mean, rear naked choke. Boom.
I agree with you, Jeffrey.
That's my favorite type of hold.
Why are you always going to make stuff weird, Phil? I had a point I was going to make. Now I don't have time. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic.
Get more out of summer with savings on appliances to simplify and streamline during Home Depot's 4th of July savings. Give your laundry room an upgrade. Big savings in-store and online on top appliances like LG high-efficiency top-load washers and dryers. Right now, you'll save a bundle. Celebrate summer with 4th of July savings at the Home Depot. Outdoors get more done. U.S. only, while supplies last, free delivery on purchases of $396 or more. Valid through July 14th.
Last summer, Arizona experienced record heat. Hottest summer in Arizona history. 145 days of 100+ degrees, 53 days of over 110. Summer heat is starting sooner and it's lasting longer. And your power bills are more expensive every year. Take control of your power bills. Call Harman Solar today. Harman Solar is locally owned and operated. They use top-of-the-line equipment and they're A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Call Harman Solar, 800-281-3189 or go to harmansolar.com. Harman Solar is an REC certified solar professional.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past 2 years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage is only $75 per month, level for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco user can buy $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rates for 20 years. And if you're a smoker, we have great rates for you as well. At the Term Lifeline, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. So if you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call right now for a free quote.
Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes are based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting exam required to qualify.
800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. 800-807-1981. That's 800-807-1981.
Being in the Army National Guard is about more than serving your country. It's about being there for your community when your neighbors need you most. The Army National Guard makes college affordable, and serving part-time can help you graduate debt-free. Do you want to stay close to friends and family? The Guard allows you to serve close to home. Serving part-time in the Army National Guard lets you have the life you want. Learn more by visiting nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona Army National Guard, aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Contractors, listen up. This is Bruce Jacobs. Are you missing out on jobs due to lack of bonding? When your current bonding holds you back, call Arizona's #1 bond managers at Constructors Bonding. They have the market relationships and expertise to take you where you want to go. serving all types of contractors of any size and license in all states. When you need better bonding, call Dave McKee at Constructors Bonding, 602-432-5929, or visit cbialliance.com.
KQFN Tempe. Also transmitting on K25CD Phoenix at 99.3 FM and K240U Fountain Hills at 95.9 FM.
It's time for the third hour.
All right, people, settle down because it's time.
Time for what?
Showtime.
When does it start?
Right now. 3, 2, 1.
Let's get on with the show.
Let's do it.
All right, everybody, it's 5 o'clock here on the Daily Blender, and your good friend, your radio pal, Jeffrey O'Brien, alongside my heterosexual life partner, Randy White. I think he's about to light himself up a nice cigar right there. We got Ralph from Harmon Solar hanging out with us today, and Phil pushing the buttons there, and you guys are on the Fanatic text line, 888-368-1580. What you got there, Randy? What's that? But I can't see it. My screen's too small.
Well, it's made by Oliva, and it's called a Wrath.
A Wrath.
It's a dark wrapper. You can see a very dark wrapper, very robust. It's got a nice finish with tones of some burnt soul and black hearts.
I miss
Mm-hmm.
you and I getting to smoke a cigar together. We did it that one time after the
we need to
show.
do that again. Yeah.
The last day you could possibly do it standing outside at 6 p.m. was the last time we did it.
You know, you guys need to come over to Harmon Solar, and our owner is a member at a cigar club right by the office, and he will take you after work, and he's got a locker in there full of cigars, and they have some great alcohol in there.
And it's air conditioned?
It's air conditioned. It's awesome. We get access to this back private room, and we can have a good time.
We should absolutely
Would you join us,
book
Ralph?
that.
I would
Just
absolutely.
over there with us?
Yeah, of course.
Heck yeah.
We should do it.
That sounds like a party.
Yeah.
Now we're talking, Ralph. Okay, yeah. Well, let's arrange that for a soon future date. Absolutely. 888-368-1580. So before we went to break there, we were talking about Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Is anybody watching that? Anybody? Are you going to watch it on the YouTube as God intended afterwards for free or? No, I don't know if anybody's going to watch it. I'm not putting any damn money on anything McGregor does. If he fights Poirier and wins, and he's like a serious MMA artist again, then I'll start. Maybe I might shell out $50 for the next thing he does. But I don't know. I'm not a believer right now in where Conor McGregor is in life. So we'll just have to see what happens with that. We're going to take 2 seconds and bring up the fact that the Diamondbacks winning streak has ended at 2, and they lost last night to the Rockies, who, never win on the road. Hey, welcome to Arizona. And now tonight, 7 p.m., they're, we're not talking about what they're doing. Just going to move on.
Yeah, I see you over there, Ralph, but I have a couple of questions for you.
Sure.
So question number one, what do you think about this whole spider tack conspiracy that's going on? Do you think Major League Baseball is completely and totally fixing it so there's more offense in the game, and that's just the bottom line?
So I think the answer to that's yes, which makes no sense considering they just changed the baseball to make it not fly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Why'd you do that if you were going to do this? So makes no sense. And it is impacting pitchers. You can see some of the pitchers around the league that are actually starting to hurt because of it. They're not getting the spins that they were getting, and they're getting hit.
Yeah.
So I think it's unfair. I think they need to allow them to have something. Those balls are, if you've ever seen how after they shine those balls, they put that mud on them, and those things get really slippery after sitting in the pouch.
Phil, just keep your mouth shut.
Yeah, Phil, please no ball jokes. But especially as you go up in Major League Baseball, if you ever had one in your hand, the laces are really low on them. It's really hard to grip them. As when in college and high school, the laces are really high, and you can grip them a lot better. It's not fair. It's not right. It makes no sense.
You got to balance this thing out, man.
I agree. Absolutely.
So what would be the answer in your opinion, as far as do you allow the spider tack? I mean, I'm not a big spider tack guy myself, but
no, I think
making this so that it's tilted completely towards the hitters right now in Major League Baseball.
I think, I hate to say the name again, but I think Trevor Bauer had a really great idea where he was talking about a new way of having the league rub the balls up with a different
Phil,
with a
just stop.
Every time I say it, I just looking right at him.
Yeah.
But rub them with a different kind of an agent on there where they do have a little bit of stick to them, where everybody gets that. It's all on a level playing field. And it's something that everyone can use. And I think it would make more sense. Just like a batter can use, what do they use? Rosin on the bats to get a better grip. Let the pitcher have something where they can actually get a decent grip.
And there'll be people that will argue and say, well, pitchers can use the old rosin bag that's out there on the hill, but if they use anything else, then they forfeit a chance to play for the next 10 days if they get caught using anything else along with it, like a sunblock or So
it's a no-win for the pitchers right now. I think they're trying to just make it a hitter game, which makes no sense again with what they did with the ball. But they're talking about moving the mound back a foot, all this other stuff. It just makes no sense.
What if they were to dimple the ball like a golf ball?
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what?
Thanks, Phil.
It's a frustrating thing because you can look at the way every different sport progresses, and there's sort of periods of time where, let's just with the say basketball. Okay, there's a period of time where everybody was doing those little fadeaway 2-point shots, and then there was a period of time where everybody's now doing the 3-pointers, and then there was a period of time when there's different waves. Now in baseball, there's a period of time where everybody's hitting crazy hitting, and then all of a sudden, oh no, it got locked down. The pitching got crazy. I think it's just one of those things where as the next batch of kids come through and learn how to play and do whatever. Back when Odell Beckham Jr. caught that one-handed catch, now you see all these moron kids out there trying to catch every pass with one hand and dropping most of them because, fundamentals first, then maybe you can get cute with the one-handed catch. And so what I think the solution in any given situation with baseball is let it be what it is.
Exactly.
You get the ball the way the ball is always going to be. You get the bats the way the bats are always going to be. You get the rules on how the pitchers, what they can and can't do, and that should be the way it's always going to be. I'm not a hardcore fundamentalist on a bunch of other things, but on those 3 things I just said, I can be. And that way, if pitching has been really lights out, let it be lights out. Because you know why? Because then maybe now somebody's going to take some batting practice. Somebody's going to develop the skill to counter that. And it's going to go through the pendulum swing. Oh, there's a lot of great pitching. Oh, there's a lot of great hitting. Oh, there's a lot of great pitching. It's a problem that can solve itself. And Major League Baseball doesn't need to buy a ball company and tamper with the balls. They don't need to crack down on the pitchers, messing with the tack. Of course, everything's going to have a reaction. But if you have a standard and you stick to that and you let it be what it's supposed to be, it'll figure itself out.
100% agree.
Ralph, did you play any ball? Did you come up through the high school, play a little college ball, anything like that?
I played when I was young, but the funny thing is I played more hockey than anything. I was an ice hockey player.
Okay. So I played a high school ball here in Arizona. We for a good program back in the day. I mean, it was back in the 70s. But and then I played some non-pro. I never once ran into this spider tack thing. The guys that were throwing out there just used the rosin bag. They didn't use any foreign substance, and I would know this because I was a catcher. That was my trade in playing ball. So I knew what the pitchers were doing. Now, would they lick their fingers? Yes. Would they create some sort of a substance so that they could grip the ball better? Yes. But they use spider tack? No. So when I hear guys that are complaining about the spider tack, the thing that annoys me is that, well, this has been handed down for generations upon generations upon generations. Well, I would submit to you guys like Steve Carlton, Nolan Ryan, Blackjack. Well, he might have, but it was some of the guys, Tom Seaver, some of the, Bob Gibson. I would submit to you those guys were not using a substance like spider tack.
No, I agree. But what they were using was rosin, sun lotion. They were pushing the seams of the ball into the clay to get a different grip on it. Those things have been going on forever. Spider tack may be a little over the top, and that's fine. If it's over the top, outlaw it and be done with it. But to what Jeffrey's point was, the technology that there is today for pitchers and hitters and the way these guys are getting trained, and I've got to see it firsthand because I'm at facilities with pros and with minor league guys that are training every day. And I watch these pitchers and the things that they do and how they dissect every little thing they do. It's the coolest thing in the world to watch how these guys, they master their craft. Don't punish them for doing that. Let them do what everyone else has been doing as far as being able to hold the ball, and let the batters do what they're doing with all the tracking things that they have today too. And just leave the game alone. Right.
Yeah.
Let it go
Well,
and let it be what it is.
And that leads me to one last question I've been dying to ask you. The Diamondbacks, it's no hidden secret. They are absolute horrible this year. By all accounts, this team should be hitting the ball much better, a much better offensive team. But I think, and I'd love to know what you have to say about it, because I know you're a diehard baseball fan. What do you think about all this analytics? Do you think teams are basing their lineups and their game plans and even their rosters too much on analytics?
No, I think teams are not doing it enough, and that's the problem. I think there are some key teams in this league that are all over the analytical side of ball. And if I know you've probably seen the movie Moneyball, right? I'm sure you guys have watched Moneyball.
I still need to.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. I'm the only one that has.
You need to.
Can you believe that?
Yeah. Well,
You can't. Shut up. You would have thought Phil hadn't seen it.
Great movie, but I think the analytics are very important. And in every aspect of baseball, I think it's very important, even to the fact of how they develop their players. I mean, I've told you about that Arizona player that we have out here that's getting ready for the draft, which is, the draft starts Sunday, by the way. But they're talking about the teams that he might go to, and they're talking about the analytical teams that help develop players and pitchers so much faster. And there's only a handful of them in the league that do that. And it's the names like the Dodgers, it's the names like the Giants. Those are the guys that are out there doing it. And the other teams are far behind in it, and they need to catch up and do the right things to develop players to how they do their lineups. What I love about Dave Roberts is he's completely analytical. Everything he does, it's all about analysis. He breaks down every piece of the game, and that's why the Dodgers are as good as they are, in my opinion. The guys that do that are the guys that are successful. I like the analytical side.
I don't necessarily agree, because I was reading a great article from Don Mattingly saying that a lot of these teams, the coaches don't even manage anymore. Troy Lovetto, guys like that, they don't even manage. These guys from the statistical office come down and they hand him a lineup card and said, based upon what we're going to see today and based upon who's going to come in the 5th or 6th inning as a relief pitcher, this is the best lineup. And if you need to make moves, I mean, these managers are just figureheads. They don't even do anything anymore.
Well, I think Don Mattingly's a figurehead because I think he's a terrible manager. And he's shown that over the years, but I kind of see where they're coming from, but I kind of disagree because you're going to have the stats and you can do things based on trends and this and that, lefty versus lefty, et cetera, et cetera. And those things have been done for years. But I think the guys that have taken the next step in the current world of baseball are the guys that are being successful, and you're seeing it. And guys, teams like the Diamondbacks, I mean, let's be frank, they just don't have the talent to be successful.
No, they're just a miserable team.
They don't have the
Can't
talent.
argue.
I'm not a fan of the guy that's managing that team. I'm not a fan of the GM. I think the farm system has a lot to be desired. They need to do a better job drafting, and so on and so on and so on.
I would
And
agree with
it's
that.
a shame
Used to be
because
great.
they used to. You're exactly right. It's a shame because they used to be great. They've had talent. But again, they bought their World Series. If you want to really talk about buying championships, look what they had on that team.
Oh my God!
Wait, I know that. I
Dodger
said that
calling
for
the
you.
kettle Diamondback.
Well, let's look at the Dodgers. Let's look at the Dodgers. How many guys are homegrown on that squad? Seager's homegrown.
Justin Turner.
Turner's not homegrown. They got him over.
Oh, that's right.
But Seager's homegrown.
Shut up,
Lux,
Phil. Stay in your lane.
Urias.
Seager, Urias, Lux, May, all the Dodgers
Kershaw.
pitching staff. Kershaw. I mean, you look at the Dodgers up and down; they're mostly homegrown. They just buy little pieces here and there. Bellinger's
they're
homegrown. They're homely, but they do, as much as you hate them or don't hate them, they do it right, and it's a great organization. And that's what the Diamondbacks are missing. There's a lot of pieces there. They just need to get better at, because the people here deserve a better team. It's a great facility. It's just this is a great baseball town. It's an awesome baseball town. It's a shame that the Diamondbacks are just so bad.
Yeah. Well, let's get back to what I think we ought to do about the balls and the bats. Okay. So easy, Phil. So let's just agree that the pitcher is allowed to have two things on him: sunscreen, so he doesn't get the cancer, and the rosin. Right? Just that's it. Those two things. Now, if you accept that those are the only two substances allowed on the player, now then on the other end of that, as far as the ball goes, you can balance it out to where, okay, we know that this is now the spin rate in average by most pitchers with the rosin and possibly with the sunscreen. Now we can affect the ball or do whatever we need to do to sort of balance the system out. And then we just go on with our lives and leave it the hell alone.
Agreed. 100%.
Let's do that.
See,
Who do we call?
you
I'll
know,
make a call right now.
Here's my thing right now, and maybe I'm wrong here, but there's no difference between an NCAA football and an NFL football. Correct?
No, there is. It says NCAA on it, and the
other
NFL
than
one
other
says,
than what's on it, and other than the,
No, there
the
is some
white
differences.
stripes. I
No,
don't
there-
believe the dimensions
I
of
think
the
it's virtually
football
the
are any
same.
different.
Oh, actually, no. There are some slight differences in the dimensions, I think, too.
Are there?
Yeah,
Well,
I'll watch the thing with Peyton Manning. I fell asleep, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
I'll have to check on that. NBA basketball compared to a Division One NCAA basketball, there's no difference.
No.
The girls' ball is smaller.
Well, you were talking the girls' ball. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about Major League sports and WNBA aside here. Okay, I'm talking about something that's going to line up with Major League Baseball.
So just to clarify, a college Division I football will be slightly smaller, about a half an inch in length and an inch in circumference, while the NFL ball is slightly larger.
And
half
ask
inch
Phil,
ain't that big for these athletes.
ask
Not
Phil,
big.
that half an inch matters.
Well,
you fight for that inch.
So my point being, why is there such a drastic difference in the seam sizes from a NCAA baseball and Major League Baseball? There doesn't need to be that much difference in the baseball.
I agree with you. It's ridiculous, and it's if you ever get a chance, get your hands on a Major League ball versus a college ball versus a high school
It's much
ball.
tighter.
Yeah.
The ball for a Major League player is much tighter. The seams are much lower.
A
Yes,
lot
you're
lower.
exactly
It's
right.
so different.
I think
it makes no
we
sense.
need to change the subject because we're really expecting way too much out of Phil.
He's doing good,
You know, to not make comments about balls that, it just
Tight
seems
balls and seams
every
and-
single one of these conversations,
Low hanging balls.
the kid is about to explode.
Should we talk bats or?
Just saying. Let's check out the text line here. Boogie confirms that NCAA footballs are smaller. Thundar the San Barbarian says, best way for Major League Baseball to improve the game, get a new commissioner. Kidding, but not
Well,
kidding. Manfred's
yeah.
not good.
I kind of agree with that.
There's nobody, I think, that likes Manfred.
I agree. Nobody does.
I don't think Manfred even likes Manfred.
Manfred's like, God, why did I do that today? I'm
Hefty
the
Lefty
worst.
says, what kind of cigar are you sampling there, Randy? Oliva, is that what you said?
Yeah, it's made by Oliva. It's called a RAF. RAF.
Jamaica.
WRATH. If I could get through Phil's singing here of the Beach Boys.
Very just horrible.
Yeah,
and
you can
distracting.
find this online. It's a very nice. I love the dark wrapper. Very robust smoking cigar. Thank you very much for asking.
Chief Skulls Burner says, no tack, rosin only. It's not how you learn to play the game. It's fully fair. Wait, what? It's not how you
No
learn to play the
tack.
game. It's fully fair. Oh,
Well,
he's
then
just
let's-
saying the spider tack. That's what he means.
Well,
I think.
then they should put the aluminum bats back in play. We should move the fences out instead of 300 feet. They should be out at 750 feet.
Yeah, okay. Bite My Kebab says, filibuster Phil, monologue Mouseketeer, shut the bleep up. 10 words or less, Phil. Yes or no answers, Phil.
Low hanging seamed balls are what I
God.
should talk about.
Stop.
Wow.
N2 Speed says, both like it rough. Okay, we're not talking about that anymore. Hefty Lefty says, good. No, I'm going to try to find that at Magnum's tonight and give that cigar a whirl.
There you go.
That's the place.
What were we smoking that day? What was it? Those were some nice
I don't
little
remember.
stubbies.
Yeah, I don't remember. Those are little stubbies. But Oliva Company makes a cigar. It's about that long. It's called a nub, and it's a very, very nice smoke. If you don't have a lot of time, it's very tight, very well put together. It holds a long ash, and it's got a good, robust flavor to it. It's called a nub, N-U-B, nub.
I like a nub. It's all Phil knows is a nub. It's a daily blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. Come on, Phil, hit the button.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. Listen, when we're all working on our shows here at The Fanatic, we're totally focused and we don't want to worry about the other things. You know, like the technology that runs our station. That's where Affinity Technology comes in. They run all our IT so we can focus on what really matters, our business and our listeners. These guys handle literally everything. If it plugs in, they work with it. They've saved us tons of money and they've kept us focused on what really matters. Affinity Technology, they can do the same for you. Go to atechaz.com. Be sure and tell them I sent you.
NASCAR Championship Weekend returns to Phoenix Raceway November 5th through the 7th.
A wild season of unexpected will culminate in Phoenix with drivers putting it all on the line for their shot
And earning the title of NASCAR Cup Series champion.
featuring 4 championship races in 3 days.
Don't miss your chance to witness history from atop the grandstands as the action goes 5 wide into the iconic dog leg.
Or from up close with access to the fan-friendly infield experience.
Get your tickets to see the NASCAR Championship in person.
Go to PhoenixRaceway.com.
Hurry, tickets won't last much longer.
Hey everybody, Mark Asher back to tell you about my great friends over at the Lund Mortgage Team. Are you seeing what is going on in the home buying market right now? Unbelievable. Not enough inventory, and there is a ton of demand. Some of these homes are getting 30, 40, 50 offers on them. How are you going to stand out? How are you going to differentiate yourself from the other buyers who are in line? I have a way. Use the Lund Mortgage Team. Lund Mortgage Team is locally owned and operated with over 20 years of experience right here in the Valley. They have a great reputation, and it is a trustworthy pre-approval. And on top of that, they are quick. That's one of the things. You got to come equipped and be ready to buy. So what you need to do is make that first phone call to 623-875-9940. That's 623-875-9940. Get that pre-approval going, and then get yourself ready to go buy that home of your dreams. Go online, lundmortgageteam.com, or call 623-875-9940.
Shane O'Grady here with Life Changer Loan. And what if I told you you've been duped? Duped into believing that low mortgage rates equal low interest cost. They don't. Even at a rate under 3% for 30 years, you will still pay 50% more for your home. Are you kidding me? Our clients become mortgage free in well under 10 years, and their monthly payments go down, not up. It's not magic. It's just math. So check us out at lifechangerloan.com. That's lifechangerloan.com.
Arizona Mortgage Broker number MB1002031, NMLS number 1863775. Life Changer Loan Corp is an equal housing lender. Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 to 10. They will get you up and ready for the day.
Do you really give your wife's age, Joe?
Yeah, when you look.
I mean, she doesn't look 47.
Clear, thoughtful insights into the world of sports.
Hey, I got to go. I'm 72. Does somebody say you look good for 72?
You won't want to miss a second of the show.
You said, yeah, these people who lie younger. I'm 32. You look like hell for 32.
Jacobs and Helly, weekday morning 6 till 10 on your new home for sports, 1580 and 99.3, The Fanatic.
Today, the Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. And yeah, I get it. We've had the conversation about the Hall of Fame. Yeah. Is he going to go in as a Bronco? Is he going to go as a Bronco, Phil? You think he's going to go in as a Bronco? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Kendall Hinton's going to have to go in as a Bronco because that's the only team. He was a loser quarterback. I'm not talking about Peyton Manning, you sack of crap. He's going to go in as a Colt. I'm talking about Broncos wide receiver Kendall Hinton. He actually will have something in the Hall of Fame, his wristband from the game that he had to play quarterback because of how COVID did the Broncos dirty. And he says, it's cool to be in the Hall of Fame. Unfortunately, I have to explain to my kids what a negative QBR is someday.
Wow.
Poor guy. Yeah, that was as much as we razz Phil. The NFL did the Broncos dirty on that. They should have rescheduled the game. They rescheduled the game. Who was the other team they rescheduled for? I can't remember. They rescheduled.
I mean, there's
the game
been a couple, but they did it for the Washington football team and the
The
Steelers.
Raiders, maybe?
They went to like a Tuesday game or something.
It was something like that. So it was completely unfair what they did to the Broncos. Not that we care, but the poor Hinton guy was just thrown to the wolves, and they chomped him up pretty good. It was like 28-3 or 31-3, something like that. And so now this poor guy, it's like, good news is I'm in the Hall of Fame. Bad news is I'm never going to go visit this car. I mean, that's embarrassing. So I as much as I feel bad for him, he's a Bronco, so I don't. So there, 888-368-1580. Number one Rattlers fan says, got a really good trivia question here. Which player has a record 59 Grand Slam titles? 59?
59 Grand Slam titles?
Thought you could only get one a year.
Grand Slam? What, are we talking baseball here?
Oh, he's probably talking tennis. I don't know. We really don't follow the tennis, but anybody want to take a guess?
Is it Boris Becker, Jimmy Connors,
Andre Agassi?
Andre Agassi.
I don't think anyone's had that many.
Venus or Serena
59
Williams?
Grand Slams?
No way.
I don't know who. 59. We don't
Yeah.
know, Rattler fan.
You stumped us, Rattlers fan.
I don't think we're supposed to know, to be honest. Tiger Paws says, do you think if Phil was ever in position to propose that by the time he got around to popping the question, it would be time for the first anniversary already? That sounds right.
We play the long game. We do.
Well,
No, you don't. Thunder at Santa Barbarian says, is Randy giving us YouTube viewers the finger?
No, I was showing you
I don't
my
think so.
my cigar ring here, in case you were wondering.
Sometimes
There
he uses
are-
the middle finger for certain things.
Yeah, but
he points
you-
at stuff. And
Yeah, you didn't
tell
you didn't
you-
hear the middle
All
finger
right,
sound
right here. This is the story that we're
that's
going to read.
see
there.
that's now
Yeah.
he's giving the middle finger right there.
Yeah.
See?
Oh no, I was pointing,
Yeah.
using
Yeah.
that as my
Uh-huh.
pointing finger.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this copy of the
and
Manstitution
see,
right here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right
You
there.
do that
Yeah.
as a way to give the finger to other
What?
people.
No, I was pointing at
namely Phil
something.
or myself.
Don't act like
on
you're
occasion.
innocent, Randy, when you're doing the same thing you did.
What do you mean? I was. This is my index finger. I was holding it up to the camera. I was not giving the finger to anybody.
No, well, I am. 888-368-1580. Here's the answer on the 59 Grand Slam titles. I thought it was going to have something to do with Denny's restaurants, but it doesn't. Martina Navratilova.
Oh, didn't think of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well,
it didn't come to mind.
Yeah, not for us.
You shouldn't.
It's, 888-368-1580.
He gets off a good one, and he's got that little sheepish grin over there. We shouldn't.
Yeah. Ralph
Have you
likes
seen
to-
her? Would you want to
Yeah,
see her in a
no,
bikini? I mean,
no. I mean, a handsome woman.
Yeah. Fine fellow.
So, did we ever figure out who Tom Brady was talking about when he says, "Oh, they're going to stick with that mother effer there, are they?" Well, whatever. So, some team said no to Tom Brady. I know the Colts said no to Tom Brady. And I think personally he was talking about Phil Rivers. Phil Rivers never comes up in this conversation because people forget the first team Tom Brady called was the Colts, and the Colts were like, "No, we're good," which was a move I have hated every time I've thought about it. And then, of course, people thought it was the Raiders, and he was saying that about Derek Carr. But Derek Carr says, from what I've heard, I wasn't the guy Tom Brady was referring to. As they say in the South, bless your heart.
Well, I don't think it was Derek Carr. I firmly believe it was Philip Rivers because, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't there some bad blood between those two guys before? They
I'm
were
not
at some
aware
sort
of
of
it.
a function. Philip Rivers called out Tom Brady, and Tom Brady held up several rings and tweeted back at him. I can't remember exactly when that was or what it was about. But I think there was some back and forth between him and Philip Rivers.
Yeah, I think if I don't think that would matter to Tom Brady. I think when Tom Brady was saying they're going to stick with that mother effort, I think it was based more on who he thought he was infinitely better at. And he couldn't believe that they were going to go ahead and go with him. Now, which is something you could say about Phil Rivers, but it's also something you could say about Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, or any other. Well, I don't know what other quarterbacks, what other teams were they speculating that Tom Brady was talking to?
Well, there was Mitchell Trubisky, Ryan Tannehill. Those
Bears,
are the
that's
two
right.
top contenders.
Yeah, I think you have to have respect for Tannehill. I think he might have said that about. I'd say it's either the Bears or it was the Colts.
Yeah, but see, back in 2019, wasn't there something? Phil Rivers was outspoken about Tom Brady. Had his opinion out there about Tom not being the greatest quarterback of all time. I think there's bad blood between Brady and let me look this up.
But again, the key words were you're sticking with that guy, Philip Rivers. Even at the time that
you're getting that guy.
Yeah,
They either had just announced it or they were just talking about doing it or something like that. The speculation was out there. So if he were to say you're sticking with, that would assume that he was already on a team. So then you got to go back to either Garoppolo or Trubisky.
And I think it's going to be Trubisky.
Or Russell Wilson. 888-368-1580. Shout out, says King of Kittens, to #1 Rattler fan, and thoughts to the family of Lance McDowell, Rattlers player who was shot dead outside of his apartment, 44th Street in McDowell a few years back. Man who was identified as a suspect has been indicted by a grand jury, and now he's going to stand trial for that murder. I've never even heard of that. That's horrible. Well, yeah. Well, whoever did it, burn in hell. 888-368-1580. Thanks for bringing us all down there, Kinkins. Appreciate it. Chris Ballard, I don't think was totally on the Philip Rivers bandwagon there. I really, I don't think that that was his first choice, but you got to trust your coach. And I think it's they all work together. So by God,
All right.
though, if this Carson Wentz thing doesn't work out, Frank Reich, I'm not saying fire him. You're not allowed to be in the conversation anymore. We're gonna get a better quarterback.
All right, I found this on Philip Rivers, Tom Brady. This is Philip Rivers speaking now. He says, I remember thinking when Patriots beat the Seahawks, when they had that interception against the Seahawks down on the goal line, and that gave them their fourth championship. You know
Right.
what everyone said? Well, Brady's now the greatest of all time. And I thought to myself, I already thought he was already one of the greatest. I mean, how do you ever decide that? It's like old Michael Jordan debate, right? We could talk about that forever too, but I already thought he was already one of the greatest of all time. But because they intercepted the pass, he's now the greatest of all time? Question. What if the Seahawks were to run it in? So he was questioning whether Tom Brady was the greatest of all time, and he went public with it. I think it's Philip Rivers.
Yeah, well,
I think it's Phil Rivers.
I don't know. Here's what has to happen. We got to get him drunk on tequila, Tom Brady, and somebody's got to get the answer out of him now. It's the only way to do it. I mean, I don't know if anybody else has any ideas. Oh, by the way, some Cardinals news for you. I don't know if this is going to make you happy or this is going to make you sad. And let me tell you why. Malcolm Butler. You know Malcolm Butler there. Malcolm Butler says he's excited about everything in Vance Joseph's defense. So does that make you excited about Vance Joseph's defense or sad about Malcolm Butler's obvious CTEs?
I'm very sad for Malcolm Butler and what's going on in there.
You know, with my favorite Seahawks fan on the show with us right now, I can't say I still can't believe that Vance Joseph is still the defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals. And look,
I agree with you.
I don't think his defense works. I don't think it is effective. Malcolm Butler may love his coach and may love what his coach is saying. And listen, Vance Joseph might be a very charismatic leader, but this team is not defensively playing like they should. Now, this year, there's some changes. We'll have to see what happens. JJ Watt is there, and we lost that sack of potatoes we were dragging around at number 21, Patrick Peterson, who's now with Minnesota. He can just go away. We'll see him the first week, and we'll beat the hell out of the Vikings, and then it'll be a moot point. But I still don't think Vance Joseph is the guy that should be the defensive coordinator of this football team.
Well, here's what Malcolm Butler says. He says, he seems like he knows how to call plays for situational football. He knows the good football teams are led by the players, not by the coaches, and I like his scheme. Wait, okay, so what are you saying? That Vance Joseph says, all right, guys, here's our new plan. Just do whatever you want. All right, break. And that's it. That's my coaching right there. Yeah, we're going to win. We're going to win big now.
I hope it's much better this year.
Cardinals finished 12th in points allowed and 13th in yards allowed last year. And there were 7 games that they were in, 2 out of 5 of the last 7 games. So,
well, at least we weren't last.
Well, there you go. There's always that bright spot, huh? 888-368-1580. Number 1 Rattlers fan is back. He says, I got another good trivia question. Oh, Jesus. Who was O. Jackson's blocking fullback at Auburn? Hint, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Bo Jackson.
Oh, there's just an O. So, yeah, you forgot the B, man.
Bo Jackson.
Oh, man, I know this.
Auburn.
Blocking fullback.
Is it Daryl Moose Johnson?
No, I don't think so.
I'm trying to think of fullbacks.
That time period. They haven't had fullbacks in a while, so yeah, that's a tough one. Don't know, Rattlers fan. How's that a really good trivia question?
Because I guess we don't know it.
That's hard. That doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
Streaming Eagle says, lots of great information from you guys today. That's his way of saying, you guys talk more sports than normal. Have a wonderful weekend and go Suns. Yes, sir. Thunder San Barbarian says, I am much happier with Vance Joseph as the Cards defensive coordinator than as a Broncos head coach. And of course, Peyton's going to the Hall of Fame as a Bronco, Jeffrey. But hey, Carson Wentz, maybe he'll work out for you. I guarantee you that no.
I second all
Manning
of that text.
going to the Colts.
That is the text of the day, if I have anything to say about it.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch any of those buttons on there. You're grounded. Number one Rattlers fan says, yeah, it's Baseball Hall of Famer Frank Thomas. He was Jackson's blocking fullback at Auburn.
Way to go.
Guess I don't. Maybe I need some more testosterone.
Frank Thomas.
Senior Wake and Bake says, I think Phil would have been a halfway decent minor league pitcher with all the KY jelly he has.
Oh,
wow. Mr. Wilbur says,
had all the
who
control.
cares? Hey, so Trevor Lawrence already, is there sometimes I get confused on how this thing works with the rookies, but he's got a $36.8 million deal. They signed his contract there. And so that's for how many years? 4, 5? How long is that the rookie deal for?
Isn't it 4?
Isn't it 4?
Yeah, it's 4.
So 36 divided by 4 is
9 million a year.
9-ish?
9 million a year.
So
yeah, but he got a $24 million signing bonus, didn't he?
Yeah, guaranteed. I don't think it was a bonus. I think that was just guaranteed. Don't know about a bonus, but anyways, so that's not bad for the Jaguars to get him on the hook for that. But the rookie contracts it's usually wherever you're picked in the draft, you get more money, and then it starts to go down. I'd like to see the scale on that. Is this something decided by the teams? It's not. It's by the NFL. Who figures out how that works?
Well, it's slotted. Yeah, it's slotted. No matter what, if you're the first pick in the draft, you're going to be getting X. If you're going to be the 7th pick in the draft, you're going to be getting X. And then from there on, I believe it's round dependent. So if you're in the 2nd round, no matter what position you're picked in the 2nd round, you will be getting a specific contract. Now, what you can do with that money is you can have certain guarantees here. You can have certain guarantees there. It's slotted towards that. You will be definitely getting 36 million. It's just a dependency upon what's guaranteed.
Okay, so this should give you some perspective. He's making $9.2 million a year, and that makes him the 20th highest paid quarterback in the NFL, which is fine. It's a rookie, right? He makes $0.4 million more than Kyler Murray right now.
Oh yeah, Kyler Murray's still on his rookie contract, and he was what, 2 years ago?
Just saying. So yeah, they'll have him until 2025. So, by the way, speaking of rookie quarterbacks, old Zach Wilson, he hasn't even got to play one single down yet for the New York Jets, but he's still having problems. He offered his mom money. He's on a rookie contract and he's offering his mom money. Please shut down your Instagram account. Please. The team is asking me to ask you to please stop embarrassing yourself and me and the New York Jets. The New York Jets, being the New York Jets, already embarrassing enough. Please, for the love of God, Mom, turn it off. And she says, I don't need your money. I am helping people. Oh, I get so many comments where they say, your Instagram is the only thing that gets me through the night. And oh my God, Karen. I feel so bad. This almost makes me want to root for Zach Wilson to do well, just because he has to overcome LeVar Ball in a skirt. You know what I'm saying? That is how bad this is. And the Jets are like, well, they're the Jets, so they don't see the red flags. They're colorblind to anything like that. But I just feel so bad. I mean, what's the most embarrassing thing your mom ever did to you, Randy?
Oh, my mom?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot. My mom. My dad was a drunk, so he showed up at my high school concert one time and was yelling out my name during the concert. That was the most embarrassing thing.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
My mom walked into my 3rd grade class in curlers once to bring me my lunch.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, she didn't care. They did the curlers back then, and you take them out and you have luxurious 1970s hair, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she didn't give a damn. Bunch of dumb 3rd graders, and so everybody was like, "Your mom's very pretty, but what the hell's going on with her hair?" And that was kind of embarrassing for me. Phil, we know the most embarrassing thing your mom ever did was make you. Ralph?
Oh, wow. Damn.
My mom was the typical little Italian lady, and I don't know, embarrassing. Why she used to hit me with a wooden spoon in front of my friends.
That's awesome. Yeah.
I used to break them over my back all the time. That's
Well,
about it.
all right. Well, Phil, also Italian. Phil, what's the most embarrassing thing your mom ever did to you?
Most embarrassing, having a theater background, anytime I would get a part or anything, she would always be the one to have the PSA on Facebook so that everybody in the entire world. Philip is so excited to officially announce that he got the part of the elk tree in The Wizard of Oz. Like, thanks, Mom.
Yeah. It sounds like we've all had a fairly good go of it, right? So now you can see why poor Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
I think we should root for him. I mean,
He's
really.
offering his mom money to shut down her social media. I think that's the funniest thing I've heard all week.
And then she passes on it. Rather than do what's right to help her son, she's like, I'm more important. My Instagram and these people are more important than you.
They
and your
need to
career.
hear me.
That's horrible. Ugh. All right, guys, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We have On This Day in Big Georgia sports history and the Wheel of Sports. It's the Daily Blender here on 1580 The Fanatic.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough, and the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey guys, Jeffrey O'Brien here. And listen, we've all been hearing about Valley Medical weight loss for quite some time now. We've been hearing about how easy they make it to lose weight and keep it off. And we've been hearing about how convenient it is to visit one of their 3 Valley locations. And we've heard these other guys on the radio station here have success. Yeah, I've heard about it too. So I've joined in and I've already lost 6 pounds in just a couple of weeks. I am so glad I gave Valley Medical weight loss a try, and you will be too. Check them out at valleymedicalweightloss.com. And remember, mention Fanatic and you'll get your first week free.
I'm Cisco Miranda, owner of Miranda Delivery Service. As a business owner, my job is to provide the best quality service for our customers. Affinity Technology helped us reinvent our business processes using technology to make us more efficient. I didn't know I needed technology consulting, but my ROI has been off the charts. Affinity Technology has saved us more than 80 man-hours a week and has helped me get back to what I do best, focus on my customers. Visit atechaz.com. That's atechaz.com and see how better technology processes can help your small business.
Mortgage rates are nearing all-time lows. Now is the time to refinance or purchase a home and take advantage of the low-rate environment. District Lending can help. We are a local mortgage broker that's been helping Arizona homeowners for years. We have rates into the low 2s on certain products, and we never charge any lender fees. Call or text 480-694-7890. Or you can check out our rates at districtlending.com/rates. NMLS ID 1835285, Equal Housing Lender.
These last few months have reinforced just how unpredictable the world is increasingly becoming. Right now, we're seeing market highs in the face of economic lows. Professional investors are wisely positioning their portfolios to protect against possible market downturns while still benefiting from the current bull market. So should you. Register for Online Trading Academy's complimentary 3-hour class, Protection from the Election. This new class will explore strategies to protect wealth from instability and capture profits during both bull and bear cycles. Call 844-877-2337 to reserve your complimentary seat in Protection from the Election. Space is limited and all COVID safety measures will be followed. Classes are available in Scottsdale, Chandler, or Peoria. Call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996. Again, call 844-877-2337 or text OTA to 31996.
The Fanatic.
It's Daily Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic, Arizona's new home for sports. Coming up tonight, it's the race setup with Randy White, talking NASCAR racing and speed and cars and stuff. I don't know. What's the show about tonight, Randy?
Well, last week, NASCAR, after 56 years, returned to the legendary Road America road course on the July 4th weekend. Seemed to be a big hit. Over 100,000 people showed up. We're going to wrap that up. We've got our good friend Jeff Striegel
who was gracious enough to join us even on his vacation. He's out in the Gulf of Mexico on a boat as we speak. And I was able to talk with him out there on a fishing excursion out in the Gulf of Mexico. And it's just me, Chief. Chief is on a journey, a venture to find the original Buc-ee's gasoline and convenience store somewhere in Texas. So it's just me manning the ship this week.
Sounds like a very Chief thing to do, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
We're going to go out there and find ourselves a gas station. That's a family vacation.
Well, no, it's not just a guy. It's Buc-ee's. Apparently, there's some historical precedence there. Buc-ee's.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, the race set up with Randy White tonight at 6 p.m. Then if you miss it, it's on again tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. here on 1580 The Fanatic. And don't forget the Rattlers will be playing a home game tomorrow at 6 p.m. I've already sent everybody's names and phone numbers, over to the appropriate people to send a will call. So that's where we're going to get those tickets. So good luck to the Arizona Rattlers. But that's like saying good luck, Suns. Like, they got this. They got this. And Large Marge says, hey, I have kept track of the ridiculous stuff that I think I'm getting you to say. Phildo douchebaggins, that's got to be number one.
Yeah.
He says credit to
so, yeah.
Credit to Fish Tank for the inspiration. Hey, Tank, let's jam. So I guess what is Large Marge and Fish Tank work together?
Yeah.
Listen, you're not getting me to read anything. If I read it, I've read it. It's not on accident. I mean, there's very seldom, like sometimes I'll start reading something thinking it's going to go a different way. And then we end up insulting Phil's family or something. And then I have to apologize because that is not on purpose. But in general, nobody's making me read nothing. I mean, sometimes I wish maybe I did pre-read some of the Pina Colada texts because I don't need that in my life. Hey, that's not an account because a texter didn't say it. Randy, we have got to have some better rules on that. If a texter doesn't say it, it doesn't count.
Oh, that's not true at all.
It's totally true. Fed Fan says, when I was in second grade, my mom showed up for a teacher's conference in a mini skirt and go-go boots. Kids asked if that was my mom, and I says, no, I don't know who she is.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong with that? My goodness.
But for the record, the one kid spent a little too much time telling me my mom was pretty when she came to the school in curlers, and I did end up punching him in the nose. And that's it's the fair Irish third grade thing to do.
Well, yeah, you gotta protect your mom's honor.
Keep your eyes on your own paper, there, kid. Killer Rabbit says, "Thanks, Randy. You are right. Ready my text 2 years ago. Read my text 2 years ago. I said Vance Joseph, wasn't he a quarterback at CU? Why is he in charge of the D?"
Can we please have Todd Bowles back, please?
You wish. Schmitty says, you telling us Kyler Murray came up short when it came to getting paid as a rookie? Yeah, I'm sure somebody was going to come up with that eventually. Thanks for being on time. Large Marks, thank you. Mr. Wilbur says, Phil, where can I buy an elk tree?
I didn't want to call you out on that, Phil. You were like, elk tree? Really? Don't you mean elm tree?
Either way, it was a hybrid role. It was a role that called for multifunctionality. It was animalistic, really.
What does an elk tree say? That's what I thought.
I thought that was a Broncos cheerleader, but all right.
Yeah, it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time now for On This Date in Big George's sports history. Back in the year 1966, during a contest between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Houston Astros on a hot and humid evening at Busch Stadium in St. Louis, Missouri, legendary broadcaster Harry Carey did the play-by-play of the game in just his underwear and socks. Surprised by a photographer taking a photo of him, veteran broadcaster was captured adjusting his waistband of his boxers just as the camera clicked. Back to me, Jeffrey. And here's that photo right there, just so you remember. He just, it looks like, the
runners are first and third, and I've got me an icy cold Budweiser here in the fifth inning as the Cardinals have the lead.
Doesn't that look like Will Ferrell playing Harry Carey? Nobody did a better Harry Carey than, at least physically, than Will Ferrell. Randy's got the voice down, but damn, that you would think you're looking at a Will Ferrell skit.
Who the hell left that stalker in my broadcast booth? Hey, Hey, Cardinals win.
Yeah, that's right, because he had been. He had
really
a
good.
really
That's really
interesting
good.
life. He used to do play-by-play for somebody other than the Cubs. A lot of people don't know that. The other thing was, dude got hit by a car.
Yeah.
Remember that? Dude got hit. He got hit, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm all right. Let's play the game."
Why don't you watch where the hell you're going?
So yeah, I mean, where's the movie about Harry Carey?
That's what
why
I wanna
haven't
see.
they
Yeah.
gotten Will Ferrell on that?
Well, where's the controversy with Harry Carey? What did he ever do wrong?
You don't need controversy.
Are
It's
you
a
kidding
comedy.
me?
You know,
I'm sure he did a lot wrong. Actually.
You know why he
Problem-
wasn't the announcer of the Cardinals? There's a sordid story there.
there you go. Movie. I mean, Will Ferrell's getting old as ass himself, so if they're going to do this, they better hurry up and get that going, man. Well, let's. What do you say? We've got some time, and generally we don't. So unless anybody has something important they need to say, should we spin the wheel of sports?
Any
Randy?
special deals going on in Harmon Solar, Ralph?
No, there's not. Bill, shut your mouth.
No.
There's always good deals at Harmon Solar. HarmonSolar.com. All right. So okay. Oh, by the way, speaking of embarrassing, the wheel lands on this. The Jets. Remember we were talking about the Jets?
Yes.
Yeah.
Adam Gase has accepted a job as an offensive coordinator of a local high school football team. He couldn't even get the job as a head coach of a high school. They'd only let him be the offensive coordinator.
God.
He must know somebody. Seriously.
And the kids are like, "Hey, look at Mr. Googly Eyes coming down the hallway here. Is he teaching something? I don't know if he's teaching anything, but yeah, he after a record of 1-15, not even a high school wants him in charge of the whole team. Just here, hold the clipboard. Just go over there. You're good. You're good, man. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for him at all. Spin the wheel, Randy. Oh, speaking of big eyes and getting, people looking at you like you're high, Justin Simmons of the Broncos says, quote, "We're really close to reaching the postseason. There's a drug test in his future, days away. As soon as you say that in the press, we're really close to reaching the postseason. I feel like we're really close. Yeah, oh, yeah, I can pee in that cup. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure.
You know what? They're a team in need of a quarterback. That's it. And that's the only thing I have left for that team where I'm like, yeah, that's a deficiency. That's a major deficiency. It's the biggest one out of everything. But we have everything else. So
enjoy the sadness, Phil.
Yeah.
Enjoy the sadness.
I'm going to wallow in it.
Spin the wheel, Randy. So I don't know if you saw the video, but this just cracks me up. Rory McIlroy is a little bit of a bitch. I'll be honest, because if somebody walked over to my golf bag and just grabs one of my golf clubs out, I'm not going to just stand there and look at him. I'd be like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Give me that back." I'd take it out of his hand. Get out of here if you get your ass kicked. But no, he didn't. He just stood there looking in disbelief as a fan walks over, grabs a club out of his bag, slips it. Oops! He takes the cover off it, then grabs it again, and they're just kind of he's talking with a couple of guys. They just like changed their polo shirts or something. And no, I'm serious. He watched the video. That's what happens. And then he walks over there and starts taking some swings with his club. And then, of course, moments later, you don't see it on the video I saw, but security gets called over, and it's Scotland, so they roughed him up and put him in the jail.
Wow.
We are getting closer and closer to something really bad happening where every fan seems emboldened to talk to walk up to mess with, to do. I mean, it's getting ridiculous on how the public is interacting with athletes. But I just thought it was funny. Rory McIlroy, you just stood there and watched it happen. You know, I feel like breaking a beer bottle over your head for that, you wuss. It just offends me. You're Irish. That's all I'm saying. He is Irish, right?
Yes.
Okay. As if he's Scottish. No, okay.
No.
All
Irish.
right. Anyways, that if you haven't seen it, look up Rory McIlroy and dude taking his golf club. And he
All
just,
right.
yeah, if you need a definition for cuck, right there. 888-368-1580. Spin the wheel. Hefty Lefty says, craziest thing about that video is the guy's choosing an 8-iron on a par 5. What the hell was he thinking? Navy Devil says Adam Gase was hired at Juan's Taco Shop as a cook and offensive coordinator at the local high school. So he's got a lot going for him.
Wow.
Got a bright future, that Gase.
Well, I didn't know about that other part. So, yeah. Just a Tip says, good afternoon, gentlemen. I've just gone through the entire Lowe's Garden Center catalog. I can't find an elk tree. I think you got to talk to one of the nurseries or something. Straight Striper says, can you catch me up the Broncos cheerleader joke there? I must have missed the show where it started. Oh, the Broncos cheerleaders are heifers. That's
no, they're not.
This is the most disrespectful. Denver, donkey, ass, Phil. Yeah, now it all makes sense.
Who's your team, buddy? I'd like to hear when you last won a Super Bowl.
By the way, golf can be such a game of superstitious beliefs, like having somebody grabbing your golf clubs during a tournament. I feel sorry for Rory. You know, I wonder. Here's a conspiracy theory on that. I wonder if one of the other golfers says, "Want to screw with Rory? It's going to knock him off his game. I'll give you $100. You go over there and you grab the golf club out of his bag and just start playing with it. You'll probably get a misdemeanor and we'll take care of you. We'll bail you out. But then Rory is going to be effed up for the entire. All he's going to be thinking about is a guy just walked up and took a golf club out of my bag. There's no way he's going to win.
Good move.
I think it's not a far-fetched conspiracy theory there.
Yeah.
Did we spin the thing?
We did spin the thing. Yeah. The thing is spun.
Okay. So the Cowboys are going to be on Hard Knocks again for the third time.
For the third time.
Is anybody interested? Is Hard Knocks jump the shark finally? I mean, seriously. I mean, are we done with that show now?
I think it's interesting because it's the Cowboys, but when you look into the minutia of it, Dak Prescott, he's exciting with his play. You like him, but if you look at him, he's the perfect quarterback whenever you have him in the room doing something else, because he's like Derek Jeter. He says a lot without saying anything. He says nothing for you. Zeke, yeah, that's going to be interesting, but his play has kind of dipped. So they're probably going to be like, hey, where's Zeke? Where's Zeke? Did anybody lose sight of Zeke? Make sure he doesn't say anything. So they're going to be on constant watch for him. Maybe Micah Parsons. Maybe Micah Parsons will be somebody that is exciting for the show.
My thought on that, Jeffrey, is the only person that's actually happy about this is Jerry Jones.
Actually, right? Yeah. I'm going to show you this massive facility. I paid a lot of millions of dollars for it. Oh wait! All right, now listen here. We're going to have the shot where I come in on the helicopter. Make sure you got the cameras rolling. That's got to be. Oh, look at me! I'm in the helicopter. I've got $1 billion. Woo! Inside my helicopter is another yacht. Woo! I'm boating.
Jerry, you have veto power. You can't tell us what to shoot. You can't tell us what to add into the show.
Why don't you come in my office here, kid? We're going to have a conversation. All right, guys, that's it for us. Ralph from Harmon Solar, great to see you again, man.
Same here. Thanks.
Come on back next week. Phil, you go to hell. Randy, have a great weekend. And the rest of you will see here at 3 p.m. on Monday. Go Suns, Staley Blender here on 1580, The Fanatic. See you.